I think we're live. We're live.
We're live now.
We're live. Welcome, everyone. Oh no, it's another drawing with dads. Don't hear that scream. Okay. Best intro so far. Drawing with Dads, episode 2. I'm Wesley Hall.
This is the one where we know what we're doing.
Yeah, this is the one where we're all very professional. You can tell.
We got it.
Oh no,
We're live now.
We're live. Don't ignore that I'm actually opening it up to. Oh gosh, this is all falling apart on me already. Drawing with Dads, episode 2. I'm Wesley Hall. I make nameless PCs. Someone else go.
Very professional.
I'm Nick. This is all I do.
I'm Stephen McGee. I do Rain Dogs at raindogcomic.com.
Look at that. Now that was concise, to the point, professional.
Yeah. We'll just edit that other out and post it.
Wesley.
Yes. Look, I'm a dad, not a professional. Here's a drawing.
What are we
I'm
gonna draw?
obsessed with making the words. So how's everyone going?
It's been
Good.
It's been
I don't know.
a good day.
I assume every dad has the same week that we have, where it's just a bunch of random garbage you have to put up with.
Yes.
Is that right? Am I the only one?
No, you're alone.
I
My
took out the garbage many times this week.
Yes.
I did.
My day was perfect and not problematic. Oh, good.
No,
I totally
sleep on
didn't have
couch.
to run to the grocery store at like 5:45 on a Tuesday because we don't really have a good thermometer for our kid, and she had a slight fever because she got shots last week. That didn't happen.
Ooh,
It did. And the grocery store didn't open till 6.
vaccination.
Yeah.
What kind of shots? Flu shots?
No, just she's just turned 1 year old. My daughter.
Oh, so it's that the
Yeah, you
1-year-old
had the
visit.
birthday.
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
forget that that's happened. It feels so long. My wife was like, "Is it been like a month since her last birthday?" And I was like, "No, it was just last week." She's like, "That's blowing my mind." I feel like we've been through so much in the last week. Just general, like, nothing special has happened. I say that like it's been terrible, but nothing special has happened. It's been the standard parental week stuff.
I guess 2 weeks though. It's been 2 weeks since we've been back.
That's true. I'm hogging all the time. What has happened with you guys?
Today, so we have like in August, like 4 birthdays, I think, on my side of the family. And so we had the big birthday extravaganza at my brother's. So
Oh, nice.
I was at my brother's for a good long time. All his kids are close to my kid's age and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of weird. Like we did not plan this, but they're all like 6 months apart from each other, which is pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
So it's been good. That was a good way to spend the first part of the day, like the whole first half of the day, pretty much. And then I let my wife run off and do some stuff the rest of the day and have a little mom time, because she's one of those birthdays. Her birthday's at the end of the month, so
Oh,
yeah.
Dad of the Year award right there.
So we hung out and watched Ninja Turtles, revoked Dad of the Year award.
Oh, that's great. Which one?
The 2012 animated series
Oh, okay.
is awesome.
But not the Michael Bay.
It is awesome. No.
Yes.
I watched the Michael Bay movie. Unfortunately, I won't
I
admit that.
missed out on a little Michael Bay.
I'm
But the
going to put a
Oh,
controversial
yeah.
idea out there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking over you.
it's CGI, it's Nickelodeon, and it is awesome.
It's good.
I love it.
Is that the
Oh
one?
yeah,
with,
I love it. It is so
Is that the one with Patrick Stewart in it, voicing, and
good.
Sarah Michelle Gellar? Maybe. Is that the series or the
Oh
movie?
my gosh, now you're making me wonder if they're in it.
I don't know.
I know that the dude,
Patrick
creepy
Stewart,
guy
really?
from American Pie. The creepy guy from American Pie is Leo. I know that. I
Shit
recognize his
break? What are you
voice.
talking about?
Somehow, whoever the guy that screwed a pie is the voice of Leo.
uh,
Uh, but it's really good. It's this crazy like melding of like the comics and the old cartoon show and even like the movies and stuff. Like I really dig it.
if Patrick Stewart isn't it, I'd love to know who he plays. I would like hope it would be Splinter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we'll have to Google this later.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna have to look
Only-
up.
If only we had some sort of
Look
device.
at that pixel drawing with dads. Oh my
I know, right?
goodness.
It's a pretty,
Amazing.
pretty elite. It's terrible.
My mind is blown to smithereens. But yeah, so we watched a lot of Ninja Turtles. The Technodrome showed up. It was awesome.
There you go. That's all you really need is the
Yes.
Technodrome.
Dude, good times.
You know what's crazy? The American Pie movies will not die. I swear to God. Um,
It's still going.
yeah, they've been going on forever. And I think
Oh my
Eugene
gosh.
Levy must own the series or something because he's in every.
Yeah. I feel like someone's like, hey, Eugene, you want to come over and make another one? He's just like, I ain't got anything else to do. That sounds good to me.
I'm just kicking it in Canada, guys. Let's do this.
Yeah, what else is there to do? No one else is calling me for anything.
For real.
I'm in. I'm in.
What am I drawing? I have no idea what I'm drawing.
So, Steven, how was your weeks here?
It was pretty good. Like a few, I think I talked to you about this before the last one, but I was painting for family members for like a straight month, you know. And so I paint with my right hand, and so I'm really strong with my right hand now. And you know what I'm saying? It's like almost disproportionately larger, and people are always like, "Oh, get it?" You know, they always tell that same dumb joke.
Wait, hold on, slow down. I don't get it. What's happening?
So this is like
No, but it
your
was great, man. This
grandma's,
week was a lot better because I didn't have to do any of that.
That's perfect. This is not a well thought out picture. I just realized.
Right now I'm drawing a Ninja Turtle.
I got a message from Joe from Ninja and Pirate.
Oh
Says
yeah,
which you could watch.
we have to have him on the show sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. I did a thing for him recently. I was like, man, you got to come on. Kind of see, like, planting the seed to see if he'll do it. I'm sure we'll get him on eventually.
We will. We'll woo him yet. I talked to Lunar Baboon, and he was like, I want to be on. I was like, yeah, you do.
Nice. Maybe people will actually watch it then.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. I figure maybe we should wait until we're actually like, decent at talking. Maybe I'll just have to work on my like intro,
What are you talking about? The intro is
Like music,
dynamite.
maybe.
the spotless intro.
It's so authentic.
It's very dad. I wanted to show that I was like straight dad.
Yeah, exactly. They can tell a fake. People can tell a fake.
Oh, here's a message from their dang it. Now I'm seeing look the chat. Patrick Stewart was in the 2007 animated movie, not the current show. So-
There we go.
I've led you astray. I knew he
That
was
I
in.
haven't seen either. But I
Did
love
they
this
say who
Nickelodeon show.
played in the movie?
I don't know. Tom Dill needs to tell us.
I love this Nickelodeon show though. I'm a martial artist. I've done martial arts for like 22 years. So like 8 years old. That's the thing I've done the longest in my life. And they like throw out Japanese words and use them right. It's like crazy. It's crazy.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's bananas. The show's bananas.
Like
I
some,
was like actually in the comics early on. I wasn't, I guess, a huge fan because I found out about it once the movie started coming out as a kid. But the comics were pretty brutal, actually. I think the original Ninja Turtle comics.
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember, I mean, I haven't really gone back and read them, but I've looked at some of the artwork and it looks like it's a little bit more graphic than I thought. You know.
Yeah, I only have the first issue of it that a friend gave me. I have a friend that's obsessed with Ninja Turtles. And
I know this friend.
yes, and Shredder, it's very much like the first movie, you know. Shredder gets killed, and all that kind of stuff. It's like, yep, well, we did it, guys. Cool, good job. Because a lot of it was a parody of like Frank Miller stuff, like from
Yeah.
Daredevil. I mean, it wasn't really meant to be all that serious.
Wasn't that like the backstory of it?
There's even Matt Murdock is in the first issue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy that like the car veering and the stuff falling on his face, and
Oh nice.
yeah, it's in there.
What
Because
does
they
that bring
have
me
the
the
hand
facts?
in Daredevil, and then you have the foot, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
his teacher is Stick, and then you have Splinter. Ooh, connections.
Connections.
Yeah.
All right, let me load up a real project here.
Oh man, I can't find my pencil. I have a
Uh-oh.
gajillion brushes. What are we gonna draw?
Well, we had one suggestion so far from Sarah the Gremlin, and that
the
was your
80s movies.
favorite
Oh,
character
man.
from the 80s movie.
Oh my gosh.
From an 80s movie, I guess is technically.
Gosh.
Do you have one chosen out?
I think I do.
I think like 4 or 5.
What are you gonna go with, Steven?
I don't know. It was a toss up between either like Ripley from Aliens,
Oh yeah, that's
or
what I
like
thought of.
I was gonna do one of the elves from Christmas Story who were like total jerks, you know,
Oh, nice.
to Ralphie. Actually, I pretty much when she tweeted that, I was like, all right, I gotta find something, you know, and I googled like 80s movie characters, and then just random things popped up, and I'm like, oh, there's that elf. I'll take it.
Nice.
Yeah, Ripley is one that came to mind for sure. Good stuff. I already thought about like Hicks. Or even doing him as Reese,
Oh yeah.
But then you've got all the Goonies.
Yeah, there were the Goonies. I was
There's
trying to
so
think
many.
which is like good enough to parody, like in a cartoon. And how does it, does it just look like you're just drawing a random kid from the 80s,
What about like Top Gun?
Oh man.
Is that too much, or is it just pretty much a bunch of guys in flight suits?
It is. I've done actually.
That's good.
I should find it. I've done a Top Gun drawing once. Yeah, let me find it.
Is
Okay.
it from the comic?
No, I did it for another guy. Let's see, maybe I can just open it. Right up in my pen. Let's see. You good to see my bed? Oh no! Ah! Infinite canvases. Pictures. Let's see. Look how bad my stuff is arranged here. Don't judge it. Yeah, here it is. Bam. That's my Top Gun guy. Pixel art style.
Oh, I'm so
wow.
judging your organizational skills right now.
It's okay to be jealous.
It looks
There.
good, man. I like it.
I think like the colors look good on my screen, but then I think I looked on it on another computer and it was not as pretty. But I did do Top Gun once. I think I was gonna go with Gremlins myself.
Oh, dude, great one.
Yeah, that's
I thought about doing little Jason Voorhees.
Oh, nice.
That's a favorite of mine.
Yeah, Halloween. I always considered that like Michael Myers, you know.
You guys and your horror movies. I'm so left behind. I have to like catch up on horror films. I feel like.
It was like one of the best eras for it, you know, because there's so many good ones coming out before they made 40 copies of every, or no, I guess no, I think actually the original Halloween was when was that? That was like almost like 79 or something. I think that might not count.
79, yeah.
Crap.
I think late '79 counts because it was definitely playing in the '80s, right?
Gosh, that movie. The original Halloween is just so good.
All right. Pulled up my reference photo of my Mogwai.
I could do the Friday the 13th Part 2 Jason, where he just has a flour sack over his head. It's pretty fun. I also thought about doing like Marty McFly on a lighter note.
There you go.
On a non-deadly note.
and something that's not terrible.
It's
you definitely
2015, right? It's 2015.
it is 20. Oh yeah, isn't that the year they go to or
Yeah, no, yeah. There was the date they actually go to on
Because
the,
they go to 85 in 2015. So the sobering part of that is that now that movie is that old.
yeah.
Like when he went to 1965, that's how far 1985 is.
ouch.
Ouch.
It does make me feel a little old. Just a
I was
hair.
thinking, you can do the version of the Struzen poster, right? The Drew Struzan poster.
Oh yeah.
Which one's that?
That's the one with him staring at the watch with the sunglasses kicked back, and
Oh yeah.
there's a great documentary about him on Netflix, Drew Struzan.
Really?
Is it good?
It's pretty cool. It's just cool to see his house and watch him work. That's all they had to do.
That's what I was afraid of. Like it'd be like I would be watching it and just be like, I just want to see him work, and less about actually him.
All they have to do is film him working, and like it's done. He's just the man. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Was Edward Scissorhands in the 80s? Or was that like early 90s?
Oh man, I don't know.
You win.
Scissorhands.
How do we look this up?
Where's the
Oh, no.
internet when you need it?
Yeah, if only there was some kind of like repository, like a database of movies that was on the internet. You know? Like an internet
1990.
movie
I'm sorry.
database or something. Oh, you're like
Yeah.
right in the edge.
1990. It's got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Also, a side note. Thank you, Google.
Not bad.
Just if you want to know some other facts
Good
about
to
it.
know. Good to know. Does Amazon own that too?
Yeah.
I guess. Amazon burn.
Ooh,
Oh, take that.
you took it to him. You're not going to get anywhere in this business with that attitude.
You don't want to mess with me, Amazon, okay?
I don't know if you know this.
Actually, if you wanted to give us lots of money for no reason, Amazon, we are available.
Yes. We should start like an Amazon like dad recommendation list.
Dad wish.
And essential for any dad needs. It's just like a list full of bourbon. That's the whole thing.
I was gonna say, I have a few nice things to add to that, perhaps.
Let's see here.
You guys just want to challenge me on if I really do enjoy drawing hands or not every week.
That's the test.
It really is.
The week you stop enjoying drawing hands is the week you should just quit.
I opened my big mouth and was like, I love drawing hands.
We're gonna hold you to your word.
Curses. How
Mm.
many colors do you have, Marty McFly?
The movie like changed me when it came out. I'll never forget it. Like everything about that film, I was like, God, 2015 is gonna be the shit. You know?
Now that I'm there, I'm just like, if people had flying cars, I would be terrified. I'm terrified enough of cars on wheels.
People already can't drive. I always compare cars as this very like giant, slow-moving bullet.
Wesley, as you know, got his driver's license last week.
I did. I drive like a grandfather, I think, before I was even driving. She's like, everyone's going so fast. A true story is, though, that I did not get my driver's license until I was 25.
Really?
Yes.
Probably one of the smartest things you've ever done, man.
Was it like that situation where you didn't need it, kind of?
Yeah, I was. So it was weird.
Well, just think it's the ultimate excuse to never have to drive anywhere when people go out, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a license. Wesley, why don't you come home and visit us, your parents say. While you're at college, you're like, guys, I can't drive there, sorry.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Let's see. I didn't have it because I yeah, I just didn't need it. I wasn't like ready to drive yet. What is going on in this program? Done something wrong. Now I can't get it to work right. um, I wish there was a more fascinating story behind that, but there wasn't really.
I just didn't want to drive.
I didn't want to drive. I got to college, and like everybody there would be at college, you'd be like, "Yeah, I need to go get some groceries," and everybody would be like, "Yeah, me too. Let's just all go." And you're like, "Sweet,
Nice. Problem solved.
the problem solved." Yeah, it just was like, so it wasn't needed, and then I got out of college, and I was like, "Oh, walking 2 miles to work sucks every day." So
Just like a sociology experiment. How kind are people?
yeah,
Will they take me to get groceries?
they would.
And
I
the
think it
answer
was
is
a
yes.
testament to how boring the town was.
Mankind is somewhat okay sometimes when they need food.
Yeah,
Yes.
sometimes I had to hit a button here.
Honestly, though, like I would get rid of my car in a heartbeat. Like I hate driving it. Well, not necessarily driving it, but just paying all the bills for it. Like insurance and everything about it, with gas and.
Yes, I agree.
Gosh. My fans are going on my laptop. It sounds like it's blasting off into space. You got that, Google? You're on notice, Google. You and your Hangout. Probably more Photoshop, isn't it? Yeah, probably is.
Nick, that looks awesome.
We're getting started here. I feel a little uncomfortable drawing this fly, but you know.
It's all good. Yeah, it is.
Marty McFly.
What's going on?
I'm drawing his Marty McFly. Right? And yeah. Dad jokes are us.
Dad jokes abound. It wouldn't be drawing with dads without at least one.
I was about to say it's a dad joke.
Without a few dad jokes.
All right.
I'm just wondering what Steven is drinking this week. Is it champagne? Is it scotch?
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah,
with bourbon in it.
Right, something weird is happening in that program, so I'm gonna go over to Photoshop.
No, I was thinking about that. I was like, man, it's time to, I'm gonna get something awesome to drink tonight. And I was like, no, screw it. I think I'm just gonna get like a chocolate milk. We have Hershey's syrup.
Chocolate milk.
We got paid, so we bought some Hershey's and like a gallon. Pretty excited.
Nice.
It's the 15th. Everyone rejoice.
Payday does not come soon enough.
What about you guys?
I have a 1554 New Belgium Porter Black Lager thingy.
Those are really good, actually.
I quite dig it. It's very nice. It's like somewhere between like a porter and a black lager. It's got a little of the coffee thing going on.
I think that's like Colorado or something.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine just moved there, and they toured their factory. The New Belgium factory.
Cool.
They were telling me about how they have like costume parties where you can just come in and they just take you around. It's basically just one big party that you just get dressed up and drink a whole bunch.
Well, there you go. People who love what they do are making this. Like, I really like Fat Tire in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So I got a little bit of this for this evening.
God, now I wish I had beer. Chocolate beer.
Chocolate beer.
There you go.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea, though, for like some kind of like beer. You know how there's always like oatmeal porters, maybe like a chocolate milk porter or something?
Oh my gosh.
I feel like somebody would buy into that market.
Yeah, think of like chocolate stout, like and then you take a milk stout and you make a milk chocolate stout. Oh, Marty, your nose isn't that big, buddy. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. I think there would have to be one that's fun to watch in the theater. Back to the Future.
Let's see. Is anything showing up on my screen? No.
Not right now.
Let me swap.
It's terrible.
Oh,
You can
man,
see my
it's
palette. That's what's important.
I see Photoshop in white appearing.
Oh, okay. Good. I was thinking that like nothing was showing up there.
You're drawing on your background layer.
I am drawing on my background layer. I need to stop that. Thank you for reminding me. Doo-doo-doo. 1 pixel.
Now I'm back to my Back to the Future poster.
I feel bad. I'm trying to do just pixel stuff so I can get better at it, but I should have tested this out first before just running live with it.
We live on the edge.
I do live on the edge, you know.
We're dads.
I don't
We
have time for
live
that.
on the
I don't have
edge.
time for that stuff, yo. Oh man, you gotta lift it.
So, what do you want to do with the Pixel? Do you want to try and parlay it into kind of like pixel game making or pixel animation?
I would like to, and I've done some stuff with like pixel animation and pixel game making, but not too much. So, just want to get better at it. I was hoping to use that chromatic program, but just giving me some weird stuff. I just don't know it well enough yet to be messing with it. And it's not very engaging to be like, here's me struggling with a computer screen for 3 hours. People don't want to see that. They want to see action. I don't know what they want to see. There's 5 people watching now, by the way, so hello, people. How are you guys doing?
High five, people.
What are you doing? Let us know how we're doing. If you have any questions for fatherhood, you know, anything we can help you with, we're here for you.
Unless there's like a question about staying cool, we don't really.
Oh, yeah, it is. You might get blank stares from that one.
Yeah.
How do you get
My
cool
answer
first?
is
is
give
another
up
question.
now. Like, you know what's cool? Responsibility. Yeah.
Responsibility is cool.
Having a monthly budget. That's cool, son. How much did you spend on groceries? You need to buy less junk food.
Is there any dad topics for this week?
Let's see. My little girl just turned 1, so we're now in a new phase of stuff. She's like crawling a little bit, and she's crawling a lot of it, but she's getting up to like walking. She's getting very close to it. Me and my wife have made a bet about when she will begin walking. So
It really will be like a month, like a few months or something. It like takes no time at all.
yeah, I mean, I don't even think she's that far because she'll stand up on her own for about 10 seconds. Like has been our longest length, and then we'll walk holding like, you know, with our hands, just holding her pinkies, or just she's holding like one finger of our hands.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
so
what Lucy's doing right now. That's what our youngest is doing. The little, you hold like one hand barely, and she'll just cruise everywhere.
yeah,
But then as soon as you let go, she's like, screw this. I'm going to drop down and walk and crawl because it's faster.
yeah, exactly. She kind of drops down,
Mm-hmm.
but she drops down slowly, so she has control of that too.
Yeah.
So my son walks, like my youngest. He walks, but like he still wants us to walk him around, and he's in our arm. Like I'll be holding him on my side, kind of walking him around. And we have a washing machine that makes like these really cool Jetson noises, you know, that are just really kind of like just laser noises or something. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. But it's really easy to control, and he knows that he can mess with it. So every time we pass it, he kind of dives out of my hand. So I like freak out because I don't want him to fall on his head or anything. To catch him before you know, I drop him.
He's like, don't worry, Dad. You're going to catch me. I'm just diving out of here.
Yeah, don't worry about
They
it.
just trust you fully, and you're like, holy shit, I gotta. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Exactly. That's the way my middle one is. He'll just be like, I'm just gonna totally just free fall backward off this thing. It will be fine. You're like, no! You try to catch him. Your reflexes become so fast.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that,
I'm like,
like,
geez, why were my reflexes not this good when I played kickball?
yeah, I could have used these in high school.
Yeah.
I feel like, there's like mother's intuition, and then you get dad's reflexes, like as the dad superpower.
So
I
my
may
dad.
not know what's happening, but I'm
I've
gonna
made
catch
some
him.
crazy catches of fallen children over the years. It's true.
I remember my dad growing up. He was always kind of big, like in the stomach, and he was tall, super tall, and he was fit in his arms, like so much. Like he had the strongest arms. Like you could just tell his biceps were ripped, but everything else was just kind of chubby. And I think I know why now, because there was like three of us, and that's all we did was just like jump out of his hands, and he just had to make these like incredible lightning fast catches.
You gotta be quick with it.
Now he can like crush a walnut with his arms.
Are you actually tall, Steven?
Tall? No, man. I'm
Tall?
5'9", 5'10".
That's not tall. Yes, that says the guy that's 5'4". Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I'm rocking a mean 5'6" here, so you are the tallest.
Looks
Congratulations.
like I'm in charge here.
That's right. Now
make all
we'll
the
do
good
whatever you
decisions.
say forever.
I like that we would revert back to those rules, like graveyard rules, like tallest leads.
Tallest guy wins.
It just seems legitimate. It just makes the most sense.
I seriously like a lot of my family, or my dad's 6'2" or something, and a lot of my friends are like 6'2", so I'm really kind of like the smallest guy in the city,
How is this?
What
Yeah,
is it like being with a taller person? Just hanging out in general with tall people. I feel like I have like one tall friend.
the thing that's interesting is my father-in-law is 6'4", and I'm just like, is one of my children going to be a giant?
Yeah, is there gonna come a time when he's 15 or something?
I would totally welcome that. Yeah, and he
Calm it
was like,
down.
I think he was like over 6 feet tall when he was 14. So I'm just like, man, is one of my kids going to be like 6'4" when they're 14? If that's the case, I'm just periodically going to call him out and beat him up, just to remind him.
I'm in charge here.
Little reminder, son.
Yeah, my wife's dad is 6. He's taller than my dad, and my kids are already like really high on the growth chart. When we go
Yeah.
into the doctor's office, they're like they're in the 90th percentile or something.
Oh gosh.
And so they're like, yeah, it's going to be a tall one. You're going to have competition, Dad. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but like I'm going to box them or something. I'll be proud of them. Like I don't understand why they think I'm going to have to.
And
Oh,
like, you just kind of have. You don't really like earn it or something.
Yeah.
I'm so proud that you were born with this DNA. Congratulations.
I think all three of them are going to be taller than me. Oh, so you guys know we're having. I think I told you this first episode. We're having a third one. It's a boy.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I didn't know you had found out the sex. Congratulations.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I don't know if we knew the gender. That's
Okay, it's a
crazy.
third guy, so we're kind of. I mean, it's easy on all the hand-me-downs we have.
Right.
Simple. You're just locked and loaded, all ready to go.
Yeah. But it's we're really excited. But I'm sure he'll be just just like all the other ones. What I've gotten a lot of is home improvement jokes like Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Oh gosh.
Whoa, people are still making Tim the Toolman Teller jokes? I'm
Yeah,
amazed by
I was
that.
like-
That is impressive.
It was real lame. You know how you can just tell like a bad joke from a mile away. That was definitely one of them. It was like one of the HR ladies at work, and they're like, you know what I'm talking about, and they do like the grunt from the show.
Oh gosh.
It's like just so wildly uncomfortable and terribly told.
That must be like a Carolina thing. No one in Tennessee remembers that show.
That's it. They love home improvement in Carolina.
This is the
They do have that statue of Tim Allen in the state capitol.
do they?
So that's a dead giveaway.
You know what? Yes, they do. They totally
Dead
do.
giveaway.
Oddly enough, I actually read his like autobiography when I was a kid because like my dad got all these books, and we were at the beach, and I remember reading it because it was, I liked comedy books for a while. I'd read like Dave Barry and George Carlin and all this.
Yeah, wasn't he?
And so he brought that one along, and I read all this stuff about him, like he was a drug addict forever.
Yeah,
He got arrested for cocaine.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
It was cocaine, huh? I knew he was in like jail or something.
At least it was a classy drug.
It looks real like sketchy too. Like he looks like a complete pervert. He's just got like that '70s porn stash,
Oh,
Nice.
Buzz Lightyear.
That's right. Yeah, I was like, what?
Zurg when he was high. It's totally weird.
Do you think there's like a guy in prison just like that guy is a real jerk? Like I know him. Just like hates him.
Like whenever they show Toy Story in the prison cell.
Yeah, So every
Can you
Thursday.
believe this guy? I know this guy.
Yeah, muscled me out for mashed potatoes. What a jerk.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he like stayed out of jail because he like
Oh, I gotta take a break and see what you guys are doing.
willed on everybody, right?
Oh, dude, that is Gizmo.
There you go. You got it.
Beautiful. And then
That's great.
Steven had a xenomorph going here.
Yeah, Steven
like
Oh my gosh, look
is
at
great. Both of yours is great.
great Scott. Love it. Gosh, we're so talented and amazing.
I guess, I know, right? If anybody wants to just hand us money hand over fist, we will be willing to accept it.
Well, if you guys want to know how to get rich, it's have a live drawing stream that starts at 9 p.m. on Saturday nights, twice a month.
That's when all the millionaires are online.
It's true. If Donald Trump can run for president, then drawing Marty McFly can make me lots of money. That doesn't work at all. I read a depressing Rolling Stone article about Donald Trump. It's probably best.
yeah?
Probably best I don't talk about it.
Ugh, that's my whole life.
Come on.
What's really crazy about all that is like he's getting real credibility in this area. You know how like South Carolina is never like the most proudest part of America because there's always something terrible going on here.
But Trump.
Well, it's not Trump. Like he's not from here, but it seems like he's getting a lot of headway. Like his campaign,
Well, dude, Nashville's really nice whenever you want to move here.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, you're
It'll just
already
be for you guys.
telecommuting, right? A couple of days a week, so
Oh, yeah. So now what's going on with Wesley here in the job world?
Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What is happening here?
Incredible.
So for those that aren't in the know, which is probably everyone, because while you guys aren't keeping up with my life, I don't know what that's all about. Ugh, this drawing is off. So we've talked it over, and I think I'm going to go full-time freelance here in a little bit, probably in the next month or so. Shoring up everything that we have financial stuff in the bag. Mostly just to spend more time with my daughter, because she's like right now she's in like daycare for like 10 hours a day. And it's just it's just like excessive. Me and my wife carpool because we work maybe 4 blocks away from each other. So
Right.
and then it's just so if one of us is late, we're both kind of late, and guess it's just not worth the hassle, I guess, anymore. That's not true. It is not worth the hassle anymore. And it only really got harder, like, when it was earlier on, like, dropping her off wasn't so bad, because, she just kind of sat there.
Right.
You're not missing too much for the first couple of months,
Now you got
Someone
this
needs to do their
separation.
piece. But now she has this whole little, like, personality developing, and she's running around, and...
That was Jude for church nursery for the longest time. It'd be like I was dropping him off and never coming back.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just terrified, yeah.
It's really heartbreaking too, like, because I would always be the one to drop my son off at the first terrible daycare we went to, and he would just like freak out, and I have to trick him to leave,
Right.
which is like
Sneak out
heartbreaking.
ninja
No.
style.
Yeah, and after like a straight month of that, you're just like, wow, man, I'm really a
Feel
terrible
you
person.
feel like a dirtbag. Yes.
Yeah, so we're at that where we're kind of just like, so we're gonna go like where I work. Our daycare luckily is just like right down the street. So and it's a great daycare, so we'll keep her going 3 days a week. I think Monday through Wednesday, and so I'll do work then, and then Thursday and Friday I'll just stay at home and do errands around the house and stuff like that. So
That's really cool, man. That's exciting.
And then
it's super like terrifying in the
you'll be
same.
working the webcomic.
Yeah.
You know, a friend of mine runs his own little web design studio, and gosh, how long has he been doing it? Almost 2 years. And yeah, you know, it's like scary, but like he has never had trouble finding work. You know, I mean, he's a super talented and smart guy, but I mean, there's stuff out there.
Yeah, and that's like the other thing, right?
You
Is
know,
like
it's
if worse
and
comes to
especially
worse.
after like estimating for just a few months or something. Like when you practice something like that, you get so good at it.
Yeah.
Like he's just the man now. Yeah. We all, if we ever do a freelance project, are like, hey, will you look at our quote for this? Am I doing this right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I will be someone you can come to here shortly.
Yeah, man.
So, like, I guess that's kind of a foreign territory to me. When you say like freelance, I know you'll be doing the strip, but like, do you actively go out and find people, I guess, that you want to do work for, or that you think might need your work?
It's a little bit of I've gotten a lot of leads through Twitter, just being there and being able to like create and produce and stuff. And people have seen my strip, so they've come and asked me about stuff. I've just like I think I put up some random stuff, and people will be like, "Hey, can you like do more of this?" I need to put together a better price list or a better like skill set stuff list of things I have and capabilities. So, but it's on the
That's
radar,
crazy.
and it'll probably be I think in September is when we'll be officially starting. But I don't know, and and if worse comes to worse, it's one of those things where it's like if it doesn't pan out, we have a little bit of a nest egg, and if it completely falls apart, I can find work somewhere else. I'm pretty competent. I'm a hard worker. I feel like I can find work around. So
Oh my God, dude, that's exciting, man.
I think you give yourself a good 6 months. I think you're
yeah,
good rolling.
we'll see. But so if you ever hear like desperate cries for like, hey, if anybody needs me for anything, that's why.
So are you doing like just like design, illustration, whatever?
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of doing design, illustration. My day-to-day job is I code emails.
You got the
or like,
emails, you got the HTML knowledge.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so they said they would still be able to do some freelance with me. So
Like, yeah. That was
yeah,
another thing. Like, when my friend left where he was working, you know, he had some contract work set up with where he left for a couple of months that really helped out, you know?
yeah,
It might not be something you want to do the rest of your life or something, but it's nice to be able just to keep helping them out and not leave them in a tight spot and to set yourself up to do better.
yeah, and that's the
So
last
that'd be
thing I
great.
want to do is
You're not burning any bridges, you know, all that kind of stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Awesome, man.
So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna make an official announcement here sooner or later, but we're just waiting for the last couple of things to fall into place. You've heard it here first. I'm drawing with dads.
Yeah. Where all the hot news about our lives first
Yeah.
leaked. What everyone wants to hear.
All you 6 viewers, I hope you
Dude,
enjoy
that
it.
is fantastic.
That is really great, man. I'm
That's
really like,
so cool.
like that's kind of a dream.
I mean, I know you have to like do real jobby jobs to like make money, but I want to see what you do with a strip when you have more time.
Yeah, that's like a big one. Is also like
I want to
you
see.
know,
I know you're gonna have to do this other design and illustration work, but I'm like, what's he gonna do with the strip?
oh gosh, no pressure, huh? There. I feel like I'm just putting in random spots on this guy.
I've just been watching you and basing my opinion of you entirely on.
Man, I would start pimping the Patreon hardcore.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's a good reminder. I do have a
Dude, nice.
Patreon. we're at like $51 a month. That's
Nice.
I have to figure out how to rework that. Right now I have like the $1 thing, you get everything, but
You're like, so
uh,
for $50 a month, you can buy my daughter diapers.
yeah, it's worth. And I
For
think we should get
$100 a month, I can get her formula.
yeah. She doesn't need formula anymore. That's a nice part about being 1 year old.
Dude,
That's great. Yeah, that's the
I'm
best.
so
Like,
ready to get rid of formula.
Yeah.
it's terrible, man. It's so
Gosh.
expensive. We go to Costco to get ours by the bulk. You know, we end up buying like 2 whenever we have to buy it.
All my kids have had like this sensitive to milk, this, that, and the other, and all this junk, and you buy the expensive stuff.
Oh yeah.
Today I was attempting to do, we're just doing kind of off and on again kind of potty training with child number 2. We're kind of at that point. It's very exciting. And like by this age, he's like 2 years and 8 months. So by then, my first was like potty trained and good to go. Like he had it down. But like this one, oh my gosh. I think the first time my wife introduced him to underwear, he took it and threw it across the room screaming, "No underwear." He like threw it.
I like someone who's that decisive about
And
something.
the thing is, it was like after we just kind of showed it to him and like taught him about it. And then later, like he didn't even know I was watching him. I was just sitting there watching him, and he like ran over to it and grabbed it off the floor and yelled at it, like cursed its existence,
Damn you, underwear!
and threw it across the room.
He knew what was coming. You
I was
know?
like, dude, if you're smart enough to curse the existence of underwear, you're smart enough to stop wearing a diaper. So like, let's call this. But he's so resistant. He's fighting it. And I'm just like, when you turn 3, this is over. This is over. You have no choice.
You don't get a choice after that. Is that the way you've been kind of running it? Like,
With the first one, it was like we tried it, he kind of did it, but didn't really take to it, and then we just waited like 2 months, and then we started again, and he just went with it. Boom, clicked. He went. Like I didn't force it. I just kind of gradually did it. But with this guy, I don't know.
We're right in the
gonna be
middle of
end
that
me.
actually with our oldest one, man.
Oh, jeez.
It's really intense because like he always, I mean he's open to it, but he always like pees on the couch and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really common, and so we run through like furniture solvent or like all different kinds of cleaner.
For real. That's it. Like, I never had pets for this reason, because I did not want urine in any place in my house.
this is
Except
good
for...
information. I feel like I'm learning a lot of ways to come.
But we just kind of gradually do it. We give him a little reward, kind of deal. He'll go with it for a day, and then the next day he'll, like, walk in our room, like, crying in the morning, because he, like, is already dreading it.
Oh no.
Oh man.
But I'm going to be like, buddy, tough. I'm that jerk dad. It's like, be a man. Stop wearing a diaper.
Please, just for me.
I'll pat him on the back, and he's like, ow. And I'm like, be tough. I'm that bad dad. I'm also a total pushover, so.
Well, that's good.
Part of the time, I'm like, no, son, you're going to suffer through not wearing a diaper. And then the other time, I'm like, why don't you have some chocolate milk and just rest, dude? It's okay. I'm not going to force anything on you.
It always helps me go.
So, that's his thing. If you just give him milk, he'll be okay when he gets upset. Because the first thing we did was get rid of the pacifier with him. He was a pacifier guy.
Oh,
How
yeah.
long did you keep the pacifier? We're at that
Like,
point.
I'm getting rid of the pacifier before the potty training. So I'm like, if I do potty training, pull the pacifier, and then he like backtracks and decides he doesn't want to be potty trained anymore, I will be the angriest person in the world. Let's see, how old was he, dude? Let's see. For each of them, it was about 2.5.
Okay.
For the pacifier?
We phased it out. Yep.
Okay.
Which the way we did it was like, when you sleep, you can have it, but any other time you can't.
That's
And
what
then-
that's
and then
what
from
we're
that
at.
we did, okay, only for like overnight when you're going to sleep, like not your nap. And then just completely pulling it.
I've heard of people like trimming it off. Like every night when they're asleep, they like cut a little bit more and more
Yeah.
away from it, you know, until it's just completely gone.
My wife cut the ends off of some of them and showed him to kind of be like, the time for this is, and we let him keep just one. And then one night he went over and threw it in the trash and said he didn't want it anymore. And we're like, okay, we're going with this.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Thank you,
Done.
son.
I'm in.
But then with my first one, I said, well, why don't you give it to your baby brother, since he's the baby? And he went and threw it in his crib. And from that point on, it was like, done.
Nice.
Give it to the
He
baby.
likes throwing, man. It seems like he loves throwing things.
Yeah, give it to the baby. Give it to the trash. Whenever
Big throws.
gets this done. So, but that hasn't been too painful. It's funny, they're like a little depressed. And it's kind of funny, because I'm like, you're acting like a person. But it's, it's still sad, too. But he was kind of a little down the next day, and then he was over it, and we went and bought a new toy.
Our underwear thing, like my son loves superheroes, so we bought like this pack of all these Justice League prints, like Superman and Batman underwear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it really worked out like so much. Like he demands them now,
Oh, nice.
which is really cool.
I'm kind
And
of
we taught him to love it.
jealous of him, honestly. I'm like, dude, this Spider-Man underwear is pretty slick. It's got like the logo on it, and
Pretty sweet. It'd be cool to have Batman underwear with like a utility underwear belt or something.
oh man, now you're talking.
I like where this is going.
We got him the little boxer brief kind of deal, and it's just so funny to have a little kid running around in boxer briefs. It's just kind of cute and funny. I'm like, oh, you're growing up.
Yeah, we put her in like legit jeans. She has these baby jeans or whatever on now, and it was just like, you look like a tiny person. I was like, oh yeah, you are a tiny person.
Exactly.
I forget. This is something that's happening.
It's like
You
you're
are
a
alive.
person. Oh wait, you have opinions on things. That's the other thing. We're starting the oldest in preschool next week. That happened this week. So that's exciting and going to be fun. It's just like a twice a week preschool thing.
That's so good. It's like we really like the daycare because it does at least like she gets a lot more social interaction than.
And he's the social one, man.
Yeah.
He's always like, whose house am I going to today? Who's coming over today? I'm like, son, I don't know people. I don't.
Yeah, I'm worried Tuesdays or Thursdays and Fridays she's just gonna be terribly bored. She's gonna be like, you're very.
son. I don't do things
You don't need to talk to everyone.
like normal people do. So he's psyched, and they like learn how to read and stuff. It's gonna be cool.
Oh, nice. That is awesome.
Yeah, so he'll be in kindergarten already kind of knowing how to read a few basic words and knowing how to form a line and walk somewhere without acting like a crazy person. Very
Very
important
nice.
to elementary school.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for him.
I went to preschool and I still have memories about it. So
Oh, wow, cool. That's another thing that's weirding me out, is that he's old enough to remember stuff. I'm like, hopefully I'm not emotionally scarring my son for life.
God, yeah. I panic about like everything. Like this is the thing he's gonna like latch onto in years from now. Just be like, this is where you failed me, Dad.
Dad, I got this tattoo because you failed.
You failed. It's coming. I know it's coming. I'm okay with her having tattoos though.
Actually,
Right now.
yeah, my wife has a
I gotta take
tattoo.
off.
He might get a tattoo because my wife has one, so,
Guys, I gotta bounce for a minute. Dad stuff. I'll see y'all in a bit.
Okay.
Do your
Right.
dad thing.
To shine on you, crazy
Yeah,
done.
done.
It's like when
Right.
I had to make a bottle last time at one point. That happens. This
Yeah.
is dad life.
My wife came in one time and told me to be more quiet.
Nice.
I was waking the baby.
Look, nerd, you're getting too excited.
Like, calm down. I do. I get excited and I just like talk and almost yell. There's been times where it's just been that's the conversation. It's like, all right, like let's bring it down a little bit. I'm sorry.
Bring it down a few notches.
I just got real into this story.
It's so you're being forced to watch Friends.
We haven't picked it up in a while.
It's
We've
just
gotta
there's
pick it
a
up.
thing where Ross is their roommate and he has the keep the noise down hand signal.
Oh yeah.
So my wife will do that to me if I get too loud. So
Oh nice.
I'll do it to her.
Nice.
But Friends, I'm not really a huge fan of.
Yeah, not a huge fan.
I kind of identify with Chandler a little.
Just the hair. Yeah.
He's
I
a
can see.
smart look, and I'm a smart look, and then everyone, I'm like, I'm supposed to like Ross. He's the main character, really?
Yeah. They
Yes.
tried to really force you on Ross, and I just
I don't
don't buy it.
Why is he the guy that I'm supposed to like?
Yeah, what is about him is likable.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for this guy? I don't get it. Of course, Jennifer Aniston doesn't like him.
No one does.
How could any human being like him? Anyway, I just remember he was on The Wonder Years.
Was he? Oh, I was like, did David Schwimmer do anything else? I didn't
He was
realize.
the girlfriend, the Kevin's sister. That's who she married, I believe, in the end.
Ah.
Something like that. I don't know why I remember that, but I do.
Rolling with Dad's giving you Wonder Years facts.
Giving you the Wonder Years facts.
That you so richly needed.
Daniel Stearns, man. The Wet Bandits. He's the narrator.
Yeah.
This is
The
John
what?
Dad.
Wait, hold on.
He's the narrator in The Wonder Years.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah. And then Winnie Cooper, that turns out that chick's a math genius and has a formula named after her.
Yeah.
What do you know?
What's with girls from that era of television shows becoming geniuses? That Blossom Girl, right? She's
Is she a genius?
Yeah, she's like oh, now she did science of some sort.
She's like, you know what? I'm gonna body slam some stereotypes, losers.
Yeah. She's like, you can't pigeonhole me. I was in Blossom, and you know what? I'm moving on with my life.
I was in Blossom, and I'm smarter than you big dummy.
Yeah, and I'm making a lot more, and I get to do science all the time. It's like, you go, girl.
My stupid headset's beeping sometimes. It's been in my attic for a long time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all like shedding,
Oh no.
like the padded parts that go over your head, and so I just wrapped electrical tape around it in true dad fashion.
There you go. Dad
Like,
fix.
why the hell not? Just wrap it in some. So, what's your favorite Back to the Future movie? Which one?
Turtles in Time 3. My favorite Back to the Future.
Toka or Razor? Which is your.
Razor. That was the one. No, wait. Which was the
What was the
wolf?
second movie?
Which was the wolf? That was the one I actually
That
had
was
the
that
action
was
figure
Razor, I believe.
for. Okay, that was Razor then. He was the one I had an action figure for.
See, and they found a way to work him into the new animated series from Nickelodeon. It's just
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of cool.
Like that we're
Kevin
circling
Nash was
back.
one of those guys. The pro wrestler Kevin Nash was one of them. I don't know.
Oh,
which
yeah.
one.
Kevin Nash. Jeez. Not a name I've heard in a while.
What a creepy guy.
Did he do something creepy?
He was in John Wick.
Oh, was he? I haven't seen John Wick. I'm behind the times on films. Do you make active time to go see films?
You know, I'll just like on a Friday night occasionally just stay up and just watch random movies that I know my wife wouldn't watch.
There you go.
Or sometimes I will meet up with friends for the late night movie, like post children asleep.
Okay. I haven't done it in a long while.
Like that's what John Wick was a this is showing at 11 o'clock. My children will be asleep.
I mean,
Oh, do you mind if I go do this? Nick, I'll be asleep. Go right ahead. Cool, thanks. You know, like that kind of thing.
nice. Obviously. What time do you go to sleep in your household there?
A typical day, the kids are in bed at 8:30,
Okay.
and I'm in bed by like 10 or 10:30. Because they wake up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, see, that's been my other frustration with like
As do I.
trying to do stuff is like even freelance stuff is like get home. Let's see, get home about 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
You know, 5:15 maybe, depending on if we need to go to the grocery store or whatever.
Right.
You know, hang out with the
Stupid
kids,
grocery
make her
store.
dinner. She goes to bed around 7, and then there's some chores to do usually. So do them 7:30 to 8, kind of finish that up, and then it's like 8 o'clock, and it's like, all right, now I can finally sit down and work on something. And then by like 10, I need to be in bed because we get back up at 5 and do it all over
Mhm.
again. I'm like wasting all my time at work trying to think about what I need to do that night, and then at night I'm just too tired to do anything.
Yeah, if I ever hit a crunch time on freelance stuff, I do it like super early in the morning. Like I'll wake up ridiculously early and do that.
Oh yeah? What time do your kids get up?
That's been my model in the past. There was a dark time when they would wake up at 5:30 every day.
She started waking up at. She would wake up at 5:30. Would actually be late at this point.
That was a dark time, but now we get this somewhere between 6 and 7. Usually 6 to 6:30 is when they get up.
Well, that's nice.
Which is like a gift compared to what it used to be. It was difficult. So, but I would wake up at like 5 a.m., get to work by like 6, work for like an hour, start my work day, go home at 4, is what I used to do, and like crunch time on stuff.
That's smart.
Crunch time on freelance. Because if I like stayed late, then I get home like 2 hours later after my commute.
Yeah, that's like the other thing is traffic.
And my wife is just stuck with them all day, and I mean, while she enjoys that and etc., it's also extremely tiring, and she's like ready for me to be there. I found if I woke up early and did my stuff at work while everyone was asleep, no one cared.
Nice.
It disrupted nothing. So that's what I used to do. Nowadays, I don't know what the heck I did. Now that I'm at home, I guess I'd probably just take my laptop upstairs and work, so I don't wake anyone up. Now that I don't have to drive. That's the thing, though. If your daughter's awake, then the only time you have is night.
Yeah, it's kind of.
If you want to spend, time with your special lady friend, your wifey.
I was gonna say, who's that? I only have a wife.
Which special lady friend?
That is really nice about the carpooling thing, though, is that we get that time.
You had time to talk.
Yeah, 30 minutes just to be like, how was your day? And then she can go over it. And I go over mine. Mine is never that expensive.
Sometimes we'll go for a ride, like when my day is done, and just have time to talk.
It's nice.
And the kids will pass out in the car, and we'll talk, and it's like a moment of relaxation.
That sounds nice. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. I try to train my children to like the car so that I can go places. So Lucy's getting too chubby for the tiny car seat, so she's uncomfortable in the car.
Aww.
But that's a good thing. We'll move her up. Jude's ready for a booster seat, so.
Oh yeah,
We get to move to that new world.
When do you move to the new world? I forget now.
When they hit about 40 pounds.
Okay. We may never move to the new world. Mine is measuring a quaint. When was her last visit? Her year visit, and she was 16.
She looks teeny. Whenever I see a photo of her, I'm like, she's teeny.
She is tiny. She's 16 pounds.
Teeny and cute. Yes.
16 pounds, like 5 ounces, 9 ounces, somewhere.
Yeah, like my daughter's a chub. She is a chub.
How much
is chub? She's chubbed. I don't even know, but she's chubbed up. It's sweet. It's cute.
That is cute.
I'll shove it. Jude was always smack in the middle. My oldest, he was always smack in the middle on like everything, height, weight, etc. So here at 4, he's hit it finally. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
She comes from small stock. My family is pretty short. I'm one of the taller members, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't anticipate. Though Angela is taller than me, my wife. So.
I was 5'6" at one time, and then I dropped to 5'3" because of all my weird back problems. But now I'm back up to about 5'5", something like that. But my mom was only 5'2".
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny. Yeah, I think my mom is around that size, maybe a little taller.
Where all the Pruitt males hover around 5'8" to 5'10", somewhere in there.
Can I tell you I was a horrible friend? I didn't realize you had I don't think I realized you had that problem until your wife posted something about it. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, and see, but like the reason she posted that though is because like I'm notoriously don't talk about things like that. So she's like, your friends might want to know about this. So
We do want to
The
know.
world might want to know. Yes, absolutely.
Do you want to talk
In a
about it
very, in a
now?
very kind and generous way, you want to know. Oh yeah, no, I can talk about these things. I have a rheumatoid disease, so like rheumatoid arthritis and those kinds of things. It's called a rheumatic disease. So, but mine is called ankylosing spondylitis, and so it's just your spine that gets inflammation around it. But it's a rheumatoid-like inflammation.
Was it a
So
room?
I'm just on like some groovy high-tech medicine that basically just kills inflammation in your body. That's what it does. So like I'm not in pain and stuff anymore at all because of
That's
that.
nice.
Yeah, it's extremely effective. I mean, any damage that's been done to my spine is kind of done. But it like puts it in remission so it doesn't progress. So the only downside is you can become immune to that medicine, that kind of medicine. It's called a biologic. So that happened to me once and set me back. But then there was another one that I could move to. So
So you
now
know
I'm
all the
back on
signs
track
and
again.
stuff too to look for, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Now, that.
Now I know what's up. So
Yeah.
and it's rare enough that probably my kids will not have it. So that's good.
That's good. Cool.
Yeah, like I don't even have a family member that has like any kind of arthritis. Like it's been that long ago in my family tree that person has been gone long enough that no one knows where I got it from. So
That's interesting. That's fascinating. Like,
it really is. Like we've racked our brains trying to think like, was there anyone that had a cane or something like in an old family photo, you know? Because it is genetic, but you can even have the gene and not have the disease. It's weird.
okay.
It's like a thing that is not understood very well. So
It's
yeah,
interesting.
it's kind of fascinating. Yeah.
I feel like your brother will rub in like that. He's just like, aha, well, at least I'm just colorblind.
Yeah, right. That's it. And then I also have ulcerative colitis. I have that too. So that's one more people might have heard of.
I
That's
haven't heard of that. What is that?
That's when what they call superficial ulcers form on the inside of your colon.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Not
Yeah,
so-
so it's ulcers caused by inflammation. It's not like a real ulcer, I guess. Yeah, so but the fancy meds take care of that too. But I do have photos of the inside of my colon, which is kind of cool. So
It is kind of cool.
so whenever you hit like 50 or whenever they make you get a colonoscopy, Wesley, I'm your man to fill you in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you want to go into it now? I'm sure that's like what people want to hear on their Saturday nights.
20 years from now, you have to do this. Just hit me up, dude. I'll help you.
Okay.
Maybe you won't have to do that anymore at that point.
Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know.
Maybe science will have progressed.
I feel like maybe they just do it to embarrass people. You know, like
That's a big part of it.
doctors
Actually,
are just
my
like, let's just
doctor
keep doing
called
it.
as well, and he was just asking me about my haircut, like that I buzzed my hair the day before I went to do this.
Like it was
So
no big deal to him.
I'm like laying there talking about my hair until I passed out. So it's,
That doesn't sound terrifying.
I think I'm starting to overwork this drawing, and I should stop.
And I always
I've
have the
become
fun
enamored
level.
with drawing things. I just like making marks all over stuff. I'm like, I have to stop. So there's Marty McFly.
Very
Ta-da.
nice. I like it. I love his eyes. That like.
I tried to do him a little cartoonier than usual. I've been doing these more realistic things when we've been drawing. Let me see Gizmo. Holy crud, that's awesome. I love that.
I'm not quite sure what's happening with the pose, but you know, it's okay.
Hey, it's Pixel. Just make a blob.
He's just kind of like dancing.
Blobberific. Yeah, but here I'm trying with dads. We talk about chronic disease that sets in later in life. What do you think of that, you young kids? Might be
Yeah.
risky. You don't even know.
Yeah. Does anyone in the chat have exciting chronic diseases they want to talk about? We are here for you.
Tom's out there, right? Tom has ADD of some form, right? That's a
Tom is
non-curable
out
thing.
there. Yes. I didn't realize he had that. I feel like I'm just left in the dark with you guys' lives.
I think he does. Or I know he has the allergy stuff, so he has to deal with shots and things. So
But yeah.
yeah, because of the
I've been
allergies.
pretty lucky. I think the worst I've had is I have a slight color deficiency, red green. And that's about it.
Oh man, you might want to think twice before you perform any kind of visual. Oh wait.
I know, right? That was like I've always wondered if it hasn't like affected me in that I choose like really bright colors a lot of times, and
Yeah.
if I'm just in the back of my mind kind of going like, yeah, this should be far enough away from like any misinterpretation that could possibly happen. So it's kind of
I
like a
like your
safety
color
net.
choices.
Well, that's good.
I like the color. I really like the ones in this last one with the booster seat. I like the colors in that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought that was really cool. Because like you say, it's like a signature Wesley.
Yeah, that one felt like
I like it.
that one felt so my comic that came out Thursday. That one I was really proud of because I felt like it felt like everything from like the drawing style to the colors to like all of it just felt like this is definitely a Wesley comic.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping it was would be better received, but especially after like Tuesdays, like I got pretty good success with Tuesday's comic. Oh, you can find all these comics on namelesspcs.com. Yeah, it was like the Binky toy one.
Oh yeah. Right.
Which I really liked.
Children's TV shows.
Are you having to watch children's TV shows yet? Imagine you are.
Oh yes, I watch many children's TV shows.
Do you have any favorites? Any I should like desperately avoid?
The Ninja Turtles certainly awesome, though she would not be ready for that for a while probably.
No, not at all.
You know, one that I really like. It's an Amazon exclusive. It's called Tumbleleaf,
Oh yeah?
and it's like these stop motion puppets. And it is just utterly charming. Like, I could watch it all day. It's just so sweet. And it's got little educational elements to it and stuff. It's really good. Strongly recommend Tumbleleaf.
Tumbleleaf? Cool.
Yes, it's just this really nice, artfully done thing. I really, really like it.
I like really nice artfully done things.
It's very unique, and it's just sweet. It's not obnoxious, you know? Some of these things are just obnoxious. And I have always reserved the right to veto anything that I think is too stupid. So
Have you had to veto anything?
there have been some things. I can't even remember the names of them. They're long in my past.
We've started going through like Netflix, and we'll put one on every now and then just to see what it's kind of going on and stuff, you know.
This is too dumb. You can't watch this.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, ooh, we do not need to. Hopefully she
It's
doesn't.
like, you know, I really like Pixar stuff, you know, because there's actually like a plot to it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at least this brain is being engaged in some way in like following a storyline, piecing together some stuff. You know, if it's just like something totally vapid, I'm just like, you're just a zombie at that point. So I try to have a minimal amount of zombieism. I do enjoy a moment of peace, just to sit and like exhale, you know,
Yeah.
put on a little something for them. But I wanted to at least have some kind of redeeming value, artistically or something. Oh man, what should we do next? I'm just kind of randomly scribbling something now.
My wife just came in. I am drawing a Mogwai. I take it your friend has left. Is it? Oh.
Naked dating.
Well, how was naked dating? My 5 viewers would love to know.
What?
I'm talking to my wife. She's in here.
Did you say
How was Mom?
naked dating?
She and her friend watched the show Naked Dating. Laurel, you remember Laurel from college?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
It's just me and Nick right now.
I assume this is. Hey, I assume this is heavily censored.
He says he believes that it's heavily censored.
He knows about it.
No, he just is taking a guess.
Oh. Well, we found on YouTube there was an episode with full frontal.
That's good to know.
It's as insane as it sounds.
is as insane as
For me.
Naked Dating. Highly recommended from my wife, Angela. And
Maybe
for that
that's
she
what they
said,
should do on the next season of The Bachelor.
Okay,
You know,
well,
next season of The
that's-
Bachelor, everyone should be naked the whole time.
they should be.
Guess what's going on?
Hey!
Yes,
He
we-
returns.
Yeah, I'm back. What did I miss?
We talked
We're
about
talking about
mixed
naked
diseases.
dating.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
There's a TV show, and my wife has a friend over, and it's called Naked Dating. They go on like first dates, but they're nude. I don't know. Apparently, usually it's very heavily censored, but they were able to find one on the YouTubes where there was some full frontal going on. So,
Oh my god.
guys, if you are on the internet and somehow can't find anything else to watch, Naked Dating exists.
We're gonna lose all of our viewers now. They're gonna go
They all
watch
just
it.
No
yeah. No, wait, hold on. It's not on YouTube. Don't leave just yet.
That sounds like the most awkward reality show I think I would ever be a part of.
You
I
would
just
be
thought there would be some kind of awkward stare, you know? And they're like, what are you looking at?
you know that's not normal, right?
I could guess. Oh man. Okay. Well, just when you think that society has not gone there,
They've gone there.
gone there.
All right. I think I'm almost done with my Mogwai here.
What do we do next? Do we pick another 80s character?
Well, we could ask the chat. There's 5 people watching. If anyone has any recommendations.
Oh, 5 people. Do you have a recommend? Oh, I need to go look at Stevens. I haven't seen where he left off.
I left off where I'm probably going to leave it.
I like that xenomorph because he looks emotionally uncomfortable, like he's curled
That's
in
what-
a ball in a corner.
I was going to finish it off and maybe have something like, something about not be, like, he hopes he's in Prometheus 2 or something. He hopes he makes the cut this time around and doesn't botch the audition.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Prometheus.
No, I didn't see it.
It was like a gorgeous movie. Like, it was really beautiful. Like,
That's
The visuals
exactly
were really
what I
cool.
was gonna say, man.
the
I
visuals
love
were
just
incredible, but it's
looking
like
at
the
this
story
movie.
was, like, the script was, I think the script was the problem.
Like the design of their spacesuits and the ship, and it was just a pleasure to look at in a movie theater. It really was. But then afterward, and you really thought about what happened, you're just like, what was that about?
Yeah.
What?
Those are the worst. Yeah, I feel like that's a common sci-fi thing.
You're like, I'm gonna go watch Alien now and enjoy my life.
That was it. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. I won't spoil it. We can talk about it afterwards if somebody wants to know. But
It's old enough that we can spoil that, right?
is it really?
It's
All right,
old,
let's-
right?
So there's definitely a toss-up to the Alien films, like the Xenomorph thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty sweet, but it was also just kind of like,
Why?
yeah, like the engineers were awesome, man. There's like really tall, like 9-foot, just pale white
Yeah.
behemoth of an alien, and then like
You got
this just DNA trip. You're just like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
And you got Fassbender, which is awesome.
Yeah, he was
Michael
great at that.
Fassbender.
You gotta love Fassbender.
Fassbender is great. Have you seen?
He's the man.
Oh, now I'm just forgetting the movie. Frank. Have you seen Frank with
I
him?
have not.
Frank is good. It was on Netflix. It's about a guy who finds his band, which is headed by a guy named Frank who wears a fake head over his whole
Oh
head.
no, I know the one you're referring to.
But Michael Fassbender plays Frank, and then they did like all the songs live, so it's actually Michael Fassbender singing and stuff, and it was on Netflix for a while, and it was absolute nuts. It's just a great film.
But this is where I have a nerd card pulled and admit I haven't seen the new X-Men movies.
I have not either, so don't feel too bad.
Oh, which ones?
The ones with him in it as Magneto.
Oh yeah, I saw the first one. He's actually the best part of it. That's the thing is like after I watched that, I'm like, wow, I really want like a Magneto origins movie. Like I wish they would cut the Wolverine crap out and like really throw him in because he's pretty much like, because his story was really cool because he's like a refugee from Auschwitz,
Yeah, he was in a concentration camp. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they touch on that, and he goes around getting like crazy revenge on all these Nazis,
That was a movie I would totally watch. Magneto
Yeah.
tearing apart Nazis. I would
And
watch
well, he does
that
it a
on
little bit in the
repeat.
film, and you're like, yes, man, yes, and then they just don't really go with it more. And it's not a bad film. It was just kind of like you really wanted it to be more just him.
I just want to watch Magneto tearing apart Nazis. That's so much to ask.
But I didn't see the second one. I was just kind of
America.
like, time I think was the main thing.
I just don't trust those people to make something I want to see.
Yeah, I'm there. Like,
You
but
take
I
you
will
take
be
something like Fantastic Four and just trash it over and over and over again. Just like you jerks.
I haven't seen the latest Avengers either, so I may not be
The
like
latest Avengers I really liked.
I heard it was good, and when it comes on Netflix, I will probably watch it alone one day.
I heard all this lukewarm stuff about it, and I'm like, is it the Avengers killing giant robots? Did I miss something? And that's
Yeah.
totally what it is. And that's what I wanted to see. I'm a simple man.
I like simple things.
Yeah.
I think the Fantastic Four debacle was like kind of hilarious.
Gosh, I just
You know.
read it. It's just
Because like it's just such a hard thing to do. It's almost like it's a cursed franchise, part of the franchise.
the best Fantastic Four movie is The Incredibles.
What everyone says.
It really is, and I love The Incredibles. And they're making a second one, and
I saw that. Yeah, I just saw that. That was
I'm
awesome.
so excited. But Fantastic Four, I'm like, dude, the Silver Surfer, one of my favorite comic book characters. Dude, they're getting Lawrence Fishburne to be his voice. And then I saw the movie, I'm like, what is this? What have I done?
Oh, he did. So he's in the new one.
I just want, like, George Kirby. I'm talking about the second one.
Oh,
The
okay.
Rise of the Silver Surfer, I believe.
Yeah, I want, like, a Fantastic Four movie with, like, Jack Kirby machines all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, just crazy looking crap.
Was the Silver Surfer one where like Mr. Fantastic goes to he like dances in a club, and it's just like spindly, stretchy arms all over the place. You're like, this is stupid.
He
Why?
does dance in a club. It is, he's at his bachelor party, I believe.
Galactus is a cloud, and I'm just like, you. It's okay.
I think so. It's like sometimes I go back and see films like that, and I just try and look for all the brand names I can,
Right.
because that was definitely one of them where it's like, oh my god.
It's like, oh, the Coca-Cola thing behind his head, yeah. Or they probably can only get, like, Tab Cola, you know? Look, guys, Pepsi's out. All we got is Tab.
Have you watched
So
like
you're throwing back a Tab, okay?
like that? What is it? What's a movie with Hulk Hogan and Christopher Lloyd? Hulk
Suburban
Hogan is an
Commando?
alien. Yes, Suburban Commando. That's who I should have drawn for my favorite '80s movie.
Oh man.
There's like RC Cola, I think, isn't it? And you're just like, RC like had enough money to sponsor something at one point. Way to go! You go. Even if it is Suburban Commando, it's still there's some
What's
things.
dream?
I was about to say, yeah, it
RC
wasn't like
Cola.
it wasn't like a like they pulled in Jack Nicholson or anything.
Yeah.
Like Jack Nicholson versus Hulk Hogan in the battle you've always wanted to see.
I would watch that movie. All right, so I think I'm done. We've got 2 suggestions from the chat.
Oh, wonderful.
From our friend Paxton here, we got favorite cartoon character. Or from Tom Dill, we have a favorite supervillain. So, those are the options. I'll let you guys decide,
Oh my gosh.
because those are too hard.
Cartoon character. That's kind of cool, but like supervillain's tempting.
What supervillain do I even draw? Probably Doctor Doom, because I'm so pissed about Fantastic Four. Like, he's a scarred-up dictator with a metal mask.
It's not that hard, guys.
Let's do supervillain. I want to do a villain.
Yeah, I kind of want to, like, Apocalypse. The new design for Apocalypse really pissed me off. You guys
Oh
see
yeah,
that?
I did see that.
It was just like really, really kind of just let down, I think. Because I wanted this like omnipotent, like just crazy being, and it kind of looks like Mr. Freeze when Schwarzenegger played him, you know?
It does. That is a very apt.
We killed the dinosaurs.
The
The Ice Age. I'm like,
Ice Age.
it didn't though, but it did. Never mind, Mr. Freeze.
You know what? It was worth it for the pun. I'll take it. I'll take it.
God, that movie. I didn't see the Schwarzenegger Batman until like 2 years ago, and so I really didn't get that first effect of all the all the marketing that happened when it came out, and I was just like I didn't even really finish it. I think the part that got me the worst was the Bat Visa card,
Yes.
like the never leave home, never leave the Batcave without it.
Like, shut your smug face, George Clooney. Take your butt chin elsewhere and leave my Batman alone.
I was like, God, you guys really almost killed the franchise with that one line. And then I went back later and just looked at all the highlights of Schwarzenegger on YouTube.
Right. That's what's really fun to do. Schumacher.
I'll take it.
He was like wanting to restore the camp to it, like Adam West style.
He did, but then he also didn't want to like eliminate.
I'm like, I have seen the Adam West camp. I know the Adam West camp. You are no Adam West camp, sir.
No.
He wanted to keep his look from like freaking what's his face is Tim Burton's stuff. So we had two like competing visions there.
Those were added to like Amazon and Netflix, the Tim Burtons. And like I went back and was like watching those and I was actually kind of digging it.
Yeah, they're great.
This is better than I remember.
There's a great bait and switch they pull at the beginning where they show like a family who you think is going to be Bruce's family, but it's not.
Man, like the first like 10 minutes of that first one is just like some of the best Batman stuff. When the guys are just freaked out and terrified of him, it is just great.
Oh, when they're in the chemical factory, the first one?
Yeah, like the very beginning, like he just shows up and he's like, it's just two random thugs. And they're like talking about the bat. He's like, it's not real. And then he like shows up and just, it's awesome.
That was cool.
So cool.
You know what's weird is like I went back and read like what the hell happened because I was like, why did Tim Burton leave and why did Michael Keaton leave? I think Michael Keaton left because Tim Burton left, but apparently there was like kind of an outcry by mothers back when that film came out, the first two, because they were like, man, Batman's not supposed to be this dark, how dare they? They should really like. There was enough of an outcry that like the studio, I guess, hired somebody who could help them sell more toys.
Right.
To like make it more approachable to kids, and they hit Schumacher, and then we were left with like bat nipples.
Monsters. That's like the second Ninja Turtles movie. Like, there's stuff about that you don't realize as a kid. Like, why did they never hit anyone with one of their weapons the entire movie?
Oh my God, you're right.
And it's because of the outcry from parents from the first one, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I remember that. So in third grade, this kid bought the novelization of that film, and it was a stupid like trade paperback that he brought in and had our third grade teacher read it to him. And she starts out at the beginning. He's like, "No, skip to this page," and it was like the section with Vanilla Ice, like reading like, "Oh, ninjas, check it out!" And then there's like actually a part in the chapter that's like quoting the song. Halfway through, she just gave up. Like, I'm not doing this. This is terrible.
You're gonna hear your teacher read the ninja rap. Isn't that what we all want?
And then they said, "Yo ninja, yo ninja, yo."
They're like, you know what? There's mutant turtles in here. Let's just improv. Let's do some freestyle rapping on this right now. That's what Ice is all about.
That is what ICE is all about.
Being paid to do something, a lot of money to do something incredibly stupid that you wonder how we ever even got the right to do.
Man, if I could be about that, that would be perfect.
That would be kind of okay.
I'm down. I'm down. You guys need me?
Now, while we're just pandering for money here, we will make up raps on the spot to any topic you want.
So they won't be good or, probably not even classifiable as a rap, but we'll do it for you. Let's see. Paxton asks, what is our favorite 60s Batman supervillain?
I just like seeing the old Joker, man. Because the dude was like this old school actor, right? What is it? Caesar something or another.
No,
But he's got, he has a mustache. He has a freaking mustache that he wouldn't shave off for the role. So when you look at him, you can see his mustache under the makeup. And I just wonder what that discussion was like with the poor person doing his makeup.
It would really help
on
you just...
top. No one will notice. And there's a Homestar Runner episode of their Halloween holiday thing where Strong Bad is Joker with a mustache underneath it, and that's what they are making a nod to.
Oh, no way.
And it's just wonderful. That one's my favorite.
I think my favorite is Egghead, who was Vincent Price.
Oh my gosh, good choice.
Because he was just like every joke was like, exactly Batman. It was just always egg puns.
Yes. You can't be upset when anyone just goes full egg puns.
Dude, that is brilliant.
I like the old school Riddler on that one myself.
You also had Mickey, cut me Mick, as the Penguin.
Oh yeah.
Burgess Meredith.
Burgess Meredith, yeah.
Yes.
I remember when I found that out because I was watching Grumpy Old Men, And I was like, that guy is so familiar. What's he been in? My dad's like, he's the Penguin. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Mine was like, that was like one of my first mind blown moments.
Can't just drop that on me, Dad.
You just look at him and you're like, you just changed my life, dude. You just changed my life. Oh my gosh. Man, what's the best Rocky movie?
I actually haven't seen them all. I've seen like 1, 2, and like 5.
Oh man, you're missing Drago. You're missing the Russian.
Yeah, I know about that story, and I've seen like segments of it, but I just haven't seen the whole thing. Like I think who's the girl from Red Sonja that's in it?
Brigitte Nielsen? I don't know.
Yeah, Brigitte Nielsen.
Yeah.
Like I know she's in it. I know it's like Dolph Lundgren,
Oh yeah. And they meet and they hit gloves in the middle of the ring and he goes, I will break you. You're just like, yes, Drago. So they're making a Creed movie about Apollo Creed's son.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
And the trailer actually, I want to watch it.
I actually think that'll look cool because now it's like Rocky's kind of, the...
Rocky's his trainer. He wants to know more about his dad. He finds Rocky, and Rocky's like, I'm going to train you.
I mean, I might go see that.
And I just want him to fight Drago's offspring.
Have you guys ever gone back and watched He-Man with Dolph Lundgren?
Oh my gosh.
I have not.
Masters of the Universe.
You go back now.
Franklin Jella.
Now that all the...
Skeletor.
Yeah.
Epic.
It's that good?
Courtney Cox is in it. Courtney Cox is in it. We were talking about Friends earlier, Steven. Courtney Cox.
Oh my god, yeah, that's right.
Oh, I love everything she's in.
Oh boy.
What a talent.
You just watch this and you're like, this has nothing to do with He-Man. Did you not care about the original artistic intent of this cartoon show that was made about action figures?
You're not pushing the product at all.
Why did I pick Dr. Doom? His face is all complicated.
Yeah, I picked Mr. Freeze, and I'm just like, oh, this is
Gosh,
It's difficult.
he's like a robot.
Oh, that looks great though. I can already tell what it is now. Well, now that you told me that.
I need to look over and see what you guys are doing. This stuff.
Oh yeah, did you see that Dolph Lundgren will be in the upcoming Kindergarten Cop sequel?
What? There's a Kindergarten Cop sequel.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things loaded in that piece of information.
What is going on?
Are you just kind of like over the nostalgia wave? Like, I mean, it's just kind of, it's time to like kill it. I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, but I'm just like ready for it to go.
I'm ready for Dolph to do something new, guys. Let him just
can someone just? I don't need everything.
There's
like
a Dolph
rehashed for
Lundgren.
me.
There's a Dolph Lundgren movie with Brandon Lee in it. What's it called? Showdown in Little Tokyo. Something like that. That movie is insane. That is an insane movie. I want something new like that to be made. I want the insane movies of today.
Yeah, I don't want like my kids to look back and just be like, oh, so you just had the films of, like RoboCop was terrible. Just like, no, you don't understand. Like a legit RoboCop.
Like, look, RoboCop's great and creepily accurate. Red Foreman's in it. It's way better.
There's a real RoboCop, and it's okay.
You know what movie I actually loved lately was Interstellar. Did you guys go see that?
Not.
I have not seen it.
Oh, you really should, man. It's one of those films that, like, I really gave it a lot of flack at first. It was like, oh, McConaughey, And it's not like he's bad lately, but it's just kind of like I was expecting some sort of Dazed and Confused type of thing, like when he was in Contact.
They just keep staying the same age.
Yeah, but no, they did it really well. Like, there's a lot of like legit science, or they try to keep it as scientifically accurate as possible.
See, now that I've seen True Detective season 1, I'm like a McConaughey fan. I'm like, how did this happen?
You became a McConaughey.
They're calling it the McConaughey, like his rebirth in acting.
It's really what the world needed right now, yeah.
I love this. That's great. Look, True Detective season 1 is special. I don't know if I'll like anything else that he's in. But I'm like a total fanboy of True Detective season 1. He's just this crazy nihilistic detective, and it's just wonderful. I'm not a nihilist by any measure. I'm like the farthest from a nihilist you can be, but it's just bizarrely entertaining. Listening to him go on just these crazy rants. It's just fun. But Interstellar, huh? Totally legit.
Yeah, check it out. I liked it a lot. There's I'm a huge like space nerd. Like I try and keep in touch with like all the exoplanet hunts and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that like kind of ingrained in the film.
Dude, that is cool.
That is cool.
They just found some Earth-sized planet out there recently.
Yeah, they did. It's like, oh god, what is it? I forgot the name of it. It's like it's not the Gliese system, but it was. I remember like it was a huge announcement because they're like, yeah, the Earth too.
Yeah, that's all I saw them calling it. I didn't catch the whatever name they settled on.
Problem is, it's like kind of. I think it was. I think it's like too hot still though. Like I mean, it's all speculation, like to a certain extent.
Right. It's measuring stuff that's way, way far away. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Measure the conditions.
And so I think it's like 14 light years away.
Gosh.
Which is like super close, like in terms of like the galactic scale, but still would take like, millennia to get there.
Well, if our planet is not destroyed within the next, maybe we could find out if someone's there.
Nice.
We're still just waiting for someone to hear the Beatles on the Voyager stuff. So.
I remember there was this video, like this little sketch troupe on Crack.com one time that was like records from the future. No, records from the past that are found in the year 3000. So they dig up these archives, and one of them's the Beatles. They do like a like a History Channel story on the Beatles from the year 3000, but like all the like Scottie Pippen's one of them. You know, they get all the like all the
I've seen
plaques
this.
are like
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Favorite
Who are you
Beatles
doing
album?
there, Steven, for your supervillain?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
All right, you're gonna right the wrongs of his new design.
Yeah.
Right. You said that earlier. I need to listen better.
Favorite Beatles album? What is it?
Abbey Road. Hardcore.
I'm a big Revolver fan.
I get that, you know, and I totally respect people that say that. I'm just kidding. That sounded terrible, dude. I really do love that album, though. I totally see where you're coming from.
Like, I don't know, just like Taxman and even like And Your Bird Can Sing and some of those more random ones. I just like it. I also really like the White Album though.
It is good.
For some stupid reason. I just find it interesting to listen to.
I remember my dad telling me when that album came out, like it played like nonstop on the radio. Like they would just play it like front to back on a lot of the stations because it was like a big deal for the Beatles to come out with an album.
That's crazy.
That must have been a great, like, oh, thank goodness, like, the DJs are just like, oh, good, like, this is easy break.
And
Like, straight through.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
8-track of that is like one zillion tapes. My roommate from college is in the chat, and he had a copy of it on 8-track that his dad gave him. We were true hipsters, listening to the White Album on 8-track.
Nerds. Where did you even find something to play it on 8-track?
He just had this old stereo that would play it, and I don't understand it. But it was cool.
It was a good album, but like Honey Pie, I think, was the one album that's just like garbage to me. I mean, the one song on there that's just I can't stand.
There's some weird crap on there. There is.
Yeah, I think it's just. I mean, I get like being experimental, you know.
I couldn't listen to it just any given day, you know.
Yeah.
It's like this is too heavy. I can't handle this. Is that the one that has While My Guitar Gently Weeps? I think it's that one. Like, there's some stuff on there too that's just crazy awesome.
What about you? What's your favorite Beatles album?
Oh gosh, this is where I have to admit, like, a fear that I would always never wanted to come out in public. You know, I don't know that much, that many of this stuff. You know, like I haven't dedicated the time that a lot of people have just to listen to a lot of it. Some people may say I hate music, and that might be true. So.
I still have not heard them all, West. That's just my favorite of what I've dug into.
We've been listening to Sgt. Pepper's in the car lately because we have it, and my daughter pulled it out from the CD stack. Like, oh, you want to listen to that? So that's my favorite just by default of it's the latest one I've heard all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has some good stuff on it.
Yeah, it's a good album.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I mean, I like their stuff. I don't want anybody to think like I'm a Beatles hater.
No, it's okay.
I haven't been heavily invested in their albums.
The Flaming Lips did a complete like cover album of Sgt. Pepper's.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't get through it. I couldn't handle it.
Did they really?
I was like,
They did the entire album and collaborated with people like My Morning Jacket and Miley Cyrus.
Wow.
That guy loves Miley Cyrus.
It's creepy. And then I saw them perform Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. That's the one with Miley Cyrus on like Conan.
I did see
and I was
that
like, this
one.
is the weirdest, most self-indulgent piece of crap I believe I've ever witnessed.
My wife followed Wayne Coyne on Instagram because his like girlfriend is the same age as Miley Cyrus and is Miley Cyrus's friend. And then he's like, you just gotta get out because Wayne Coyne just looks too creepy. Like, it's just like Wayne, you should have grown up like in some capacity.
This is creepy.
Yeah.
All right, what's your favorite Flaming Lips album?
Oh man, that's one where I have to admit I'm not as well versed. I always liked Yoshimi. It's the one that I've listened to the most.
Yoshimi's good. What's the one with Christmas at the Zoo?
Is that
one was good.
Crap, I can't remember. Is that Cloud States Metallic?
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh,
Googling
just
now.
occurring. Just googling occurring.
Yeah, Cloud States Metallic, 1995.
Look
I
at
remember.
that.
I think that was like. I think it's more my favorite just because I remember that was like the first album I got, like rented from the library of them in like my college days.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was like my first kind of experience with like this is just totally like nothing I've heard like in comparison.
Yoshimi was actually my intro to them. I remember. I just like was like, oh, who the hell is this? Guy was playing him in his car, and he's like, oh, it's a brand new album. Like right when it came out. You know,
Mhm.
a huge
I think
fan.
That album
Yeah,
was
my
huge
drawing
when it came out,
class.
too.
My drawing class in college, I think that was being played a lot.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is kind of bonkers. I need to go listen to this. And the rest is history. I didn't bring the Aquabats to drawing class, needless to say.
Why not? People will love that.
I saw them do their Flaming Lips. I saw them do their Dark Side of the Moon show one time. I was actually really impressed. It was really good. I didn't honestly. I didn't even know they did a White Album show.
What?
I didn't know they did the Dark Side of the Moon
Dark Side of the
album.
Moon, huh?
Flaming Lips. Yeah, they released they released it. I don't know. Did they actually release the White Album thing too?
Well,
An
it's
actual like
Sgt.
part
Pepper's, yeah, but it's out there. It's a studio release. Gosh, we're so cultured. We like the Beatles. Look at that.
And so,
You guys
did I
are
miss
very
any
cultured.
chats while we've gone?
What was that?
Did we miss any? Did I miss any chat stuff while we're gone? While I was gone? Or do we have any?
Nothing too much going on in there. Tom and Paxton are in the chat. Hello. We got 5 watchers. I imagine everybody else is just kind of hanging out. We talked about kid shows for a little bit. So
We did.
Tom recommended Peg plus Cat. And that's about it.
Nice.
So, no, I probably could have gone without telling you any of that. That Doom is looking nice, Nick. Just, by the by.
Doomerific.
Dude, I love your freeze, man. That is awesome. The pixelation.
Man, I need to flip over and see this. Oh, dude. That really looks like something out of an NES game. Like the cutscene from Ninja Gaiden or something, you know?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just expect his head to kind of bobble up and down as he has, like, talks, and below it is like, Batman, I will destroy you. Sure.
Dude, that opening sequence in the like original Nintendo Ninja Gaiden was like incredible.
Oh, yeah, it's...
I was like, you killed my father.
This is the most amazing game ever. Like Mario, what did you do? You ran right, you know?
Yeah.
Hey,
Start
man, there's
running
something
to the
to be said
right.
for subtle intros, right?
Start running to the right. And then this was just like, oh, somebody died. Oh, the first level of Mario is brilliant. For sure.
That's just like good, solid game design.
It
You look at that.
really
and you're-
teaches you how to play the entire game.
Yeah. You have to imagine, like, yeah, no one knew where that was coming from. Like, now there's so much stuff where you're like, I don't need this tutorial. I know I'm going to shoot and click this button.
Yeah.
But back then, no one had any idea, and there was no way to be like,
Now you're just like, Navi, shut the F up.
yeah, you're like, I got this.
Listen, I know I have a sword. I can hit stuff with it.
Are you sure? Did you know that you could hit stuff with it? Oh, God, I hate you. What's your favorite game there? You have a favorite video game from your past?
Favorites from the past.
Favorite from the past. It could be what you're playing now too. You know, I'm open.
I was a huge fan of Chrono Trigger.
Cool.
That movie, that game was just incredible. I loved it. Time travel, everything.
You know, I did, I remember playing through Secret of Mana one summer with a friend of mine. And that was really awesome. sort of the same school there. You know, one of my favorites, man, is like one that I mastered was like Mario 64. Like I could beat that game blindfolded.
Oh yeah,
I believe. Oh, I like can destroy it. Yeah. But I
I never got
remember
it.
I remember getting Mario Brothers 3. Like I remember my mom buying that for us.
Nice.
That was like a big one. And then Link to the Past. I love Link to the Past.
Yeah, that one was really good.
That's
Secret of
what
Mana was
it
cool
beat
because you could
so
have
many
like several
times.
players in it.
Which one?
Secret of Mana, I remember that being incredible because you could actually have. It was
Yeah.
one of the first ones to have multiple players in like a role-playing game setting. It was awesome.
Yeah. And that's what we did. We just like teamed up and we are just like, we're gonna beat this by the end of the summer. And it was just really fun. It was
Nice.
difficult too. It was a difficult game.
I like the Battletoads. The game was.
Right on.
The game was. I never got past the ball pit level. I will admit that. It's like
Oh, that
I
was
wasn't.
really intense. That was a good game though. The patterns, like I think I've passed that one a couple times, but it took me like an entire weekend.
I was never good enough for it. I'm still like to this day not good enough for it. I think it was like my first like intro to being like, you are a terrible gamer. Just get used to it.
I had to close my shit out one. As you guys can see, I'm in my garage. Still.
I'm
It's
gonna look
hot.
at it and judge it. Oh,
The Dadmobile.
Yeah, that thing is my bread and butter. I love that thing.
It's like, you know
Is
what?
that the right term? I don't know if I use that term properly, but I love it.
You can judge it, but just wait till you need one. Huh?
it will probably be super soon. Whoa. Is that mine going nuts? Photoshop, where are you?
Wes, did you already say your favorite game?
I like Battletoads.
Oh, that's
I
right.
also,
Battletoads, yeah.
also was a big Earthworm Jim guy.
That was a good game, man. God. It was really funny, too. That was the best part. You know, like that and Boogerman came out at the same time. You know, they were kind of
Yes.
actually the same game. You know, but
Boogerman.
Earthworm Jim had so much more to it with, like, you're whipping your head around to hooks and stuff.
It's just like the animation in that game.
The whole
Like
thing.
the sprites
Yeah.
and stuff is just kind of bonkers.
Was it Doug Tenapel?
Oh
Maybe.
gosh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, he does comics. He did that one, and he did the Neverhood, which is like another one of my favorites. And I was just like, these things like super influenced me as a kid. Like,
Is that the kind of game you're wanting to make, Wes?
yeah,
One that has
this
like that level of what am I trying to do? It's like the character design, you know?
yeah,
Was just really on point. It was like the whole point of the game was just to have him run around and look
yeah.
good.
Like you got in, and sure the mechanics were good, but also it's like that main Joe was just like I became like obsessed with that character. I remember there was a video game making book, like Art of Video Games, and there was like a large Earthworm Jim section on it, and I would just get it for that section and just go look at all the sketches and stuff
Mm-hmm.
because I loved it so much.
Like a human being made this somehow.
Yeah, I have to learn how.
That's kind of a cool topic, actually, like influences. I think we should try that out. Do you guys, I mean, would you call him like maybe one of your biggest influences for doing what you do?
Yeah, I think so. I would say like that and Wayne White. Yeah, he was huge. Though I didn't know he was. I didn't know either of them existed as people until I was older. But like the stuff they produced, Wayne White did a bunch of stuff on like Pee-wee's Playhouse. He did a show here in Tennessee called Mrs. Krabappel's Caboose.
Oh gosh, you're
Wow,
killing
really?
me.
Yeah, it was just like yeah. What else did he do? Now I'm blinking. He was on a bunch of other like TV shows and stuff. You remember that show where there was a train station and there was a tiny conductor, and that tiny conductor was Ringo Starr?
Yeah.
He did set designs and stuff for that too.
Wow.
What the heck?
There's a great documentary called Beauty is Embarrassing about his work.
You're blowing my mind.
You should watch it because he's from Nashville. He went to, or I guess he's not from Nashville, but he grew up partially here and went to MTSU, which is a local college here.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a local state college.
I can't handle this.
Yeah, he hangs out at in Tennessee. We have a Moon Pie Festival in Belt Buckle, Tennessee.
Moon pie, like those things you see in gas stations?
Yeah, RC Cola Moon Pie Festival, because RC Cola is here in Tennessee, so it's in Belt Buckle. And Shiny Time Station, that was the name of the show with Ringo Starr. Thank you, Tom Deal.
What the heck? I was thinking you would know.
Was that not like the 70s though? I really thought that was like in the late 70s.
Maybe I'm wrong. He also did the Tonight Tonight video by the Billy Corgan's band, Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah.
That's actually like, do you ever see the film that was based off of, like that Journey to the Moon? It was like one of the first films ever from France, you know?
Yeah. It's on like Netflix now. You can see like a colored version and a non-colored version, like a hand-colored version, which is like mind-blowingly strange.
Yeah, I think the one of them is like scored by Muse. I think like came in and did kind of the soundtrack for it. I don't know. It was cool to go back and watch it. Like I remember watching it. I took like a French film class in college randomly, and it I like once I saw the Tonight video, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Does anybody else see this? Nobody did.
You blew my mind. I had no idea. Someone who worked on Pee-wee's Playhouse went to freaking MTSU.
Yeah, no, he has a documentary, Beauty is Embarrassing, and it's great. He's just like,
I can't handle
he's
this.
a crazy guy.
I'm signing up, guys. I gotta go like cry in a corner or something for a while.
He was nuts. So what about you guys? I mean, I guess those are some. I feel like I have better ones.
Chuck Jones,
You know.
man. Chuck Jones.
Nice.
I watched so much Looney Tunes. My grandfather loved Looney Tunes and laughed his head off at them. Now I understand because he got all the jokes I didn't get because they were made in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, when cartoons could like smoke and stuff, like beat each other up.
Like, who the hell is Humphrey Bogart? I got no idea. The real fun ones are you see like some of the old World War II ones. Those are crazy. But
Oh yeah. They're still like
Herman friggin' Goring hunts him in one of them. Bugs Bunny versus Goring. It's kind of crazy. But that's a huge one. Chuck Jones and like How the Grinch Stole Christmas and all those kinds of things he did. Like I would sit and like watch Looney Tunes and be like, okay, how do you draw Elmer Fudd's nose? And I'd like draw Elmer Fudd's nose, you know? And like kind of mixing that stuff together. Like when I'm just kind of subconscious sketching stuff, like I end up drawing stuff that looks like Chuck Jones stuff, except not as good, of course. But yeah, he's a big one for me, definitely.
That's a great one though, man. Those are fantastic.
It's a
cartoons.
big one.
Yeah.
It's a big one. And then another, everyone kind of loves Bill Watterson, of course.
Yeah.
How can you not?
Yeah, I don't know. Just something about like his stuff looks so polished, but it's like so loose looking too at the same time. I don't know. I like can't explain it, but yes, that's a big one too.
That's awesome. Watterson, yeah, definitely Watterson for me. I mean, I read that comic religiously when it was coming out. And actually, like Baron's story, like he's the illustrator. He did this cover for Lord of the Flies, like this book one time. It was like an illustration for the cover of the book, and I thought it was like incredible. And so I ended up following like a lot of his stuff. He did like a lot of motorcycle designs, which I wasn't really feeling, but his drawings and his line art are just like unbelievable. So I really got obsessed with him for a while, and then that led to like a whole nother line of obsessions. Different artists that I would just try and like copy and mimic, who are a million times better than me.
Right, of course. Our heroes, right?
That's what you're supposed to do, right? You start with mimicking.
Yeah, totally. There's like some stuff I'm into now. I'm like following all these comic artists that I keep finding. Like
Oh yeah.
and then they show like their influences on their blogs, like their Tumblrs and stuff, and so I'm like finding new stuff. Like stuff I should have known about.
I feel that way a lot about like
Alex Toth. I kept talking about this guy named Alex Toth, and I went and looked up his stuff, and his stuff is just like incredible. I'm like, how did I not know who this is? But Chris Samney is one of those guys I really like. He just finished a run on Daredevil, and his stuff is just cool. Like his line work is so strong. I just really like inking and strong line work, I find.
Oh right, God, I love line work. I'm slowly becoming like a line art nerd. You know?
Big time. I always like to have that black outline around stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I just really like seeing what those guys are doing.
Nice.
But the Toth is awesome. It's ridiculous. And then I've really only now looked at been looking at Jack Kirby stuff, and I just really admire him in a number of ways. Kirby.
Did you ever who was it? David Mazzucchelli did some Daredevil stuff.
Yeah, man.
And it was incredible, man. Actually, he has this book called Asterios Polyp. It's just real basic and just kind of like a minimalist story, but it's a great story.
I love his stuff. Yeah, with you have like Klaus Jensen and him. Maybe it's just because I'm obsessed with Daredevil. I don't know, but their stuff is just so good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Nice. I'll have to look into him. I haven't heard of him. I feel like I'm left out there. It's one of those things like like you get to be a dad and you start like, oh, I just wish I had more time to research. I wish I didn't waste it all.
I keep investing in this kid. Gosh.
I meant as my childhood. I'm sorry, not to. I don't want to be on record when I'm like sitting around being like, my kid is a waste of time.
Wes, your strips were hilarious this week. I loved them, man. The tape for one, and then like, what's that?
Oh, I was gonna say the table for one. I thought was like that was like a quintessential Nameless PC strip. Like
I loved
the
it,
end of it, I was just like, good.
Well, the
I'm glad you
Binky
liked
Bonky
it.
one too was like hilarious. The one like the conspiracy toy, like the conspiracy theorist toy.
Yeah, that one got a lot of like good responses. Though I also got a lot of people telling me the sun is white.
I guess. I guess because it's just energy.
Yeah.
You're like, guys, it's a talking dinosaur.
I mean, and dinosaurs have feathers. I get it, but it's just a joke.
Actually, dinosaurs have feathers. Me too.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my gosh, the actually people.
That was like kind of what it was inspired by because we had my my daughter's birthday party and it was all these toys are just like crazy, just like, and they all have those like 3 stages of learning. Just like, what if that was one of the stages? I'm just glad it like pulled out and worked. Like people really like related to it, so that was cool. Your stuff was also great this week, Steven.
Thanks, man. I tried to put out like more. I was trying to do like a 4 comic week, and I botched that terribly.
Oh yeah.
I'm really trying to like. So I've started like recording more for my Patreon video. I really want to launch it like next Wednesday or something. And so I really wanted to get like a solid schedule down first, and either do like a 3 or 4 day week. But I just like this week was just terrible for that.
I mean, that's what I think me and Nick were talking about that before we even started recording. Like, I don't know if you need a schedule anymore. I mean, you look at Lunar Baboon, he just puts stuff out when he feels like it, or whenever he has like his stuff. And I mean, to be fair to him, he is a workhorse of a guy. Um,
I think it's to me, I mean, I haven't asked him this directly, but it definitely seems like he's hitting like some prime days for people who would probably be like in the demographic that would, like the prime demographic for people who love his strip, Like obviously we
yeah,
love his strip, but we just have no schedule. But some people who really go into his strip, I see his do really well on Sundays, which I would have
oh
never
yeah,
thought to be like a great
Interesting.
day for comics, other than like the funnies you see in the USA Today or anything.
yeah, yeah. No, I didn't even think about that.
So it's
That
really interesting to see his like to think about that.
that's been the other thing I think about with like the moving stuff to do
Freelance.
part-time stuff. Did we lose Nick?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was
I can
saying
hear.
like I might move my comic to like Monday, Wednesday stuff because I'll be able to be online and like post them and like, respond to people and stuff.
Right.
So I'll probably start like shifting over to that schedule more. So it'll be interesting to see how that like shakes out, or if it has like any effect at all.
I got a new fancy schmancy wireless router, so you guys, the audio has not dropped at all this week.
Oh, great.
Fanciness.
Look at that. I'm gonna
Maybe it's
pretend that
not
you
a
got it
whole.
just for drawing for death.
That was a part of it, for sure. For sure.
And not because you work from home
I
and need
can't
it.
miss out on you guys' brilliance. Come on.
Brilliance is a strong word.
So Nick, when are you coming out with your strip?
I was gonna say like, yeah, you guys putting out your comic. You didn't make a 4-day week. It's because I made like a 0-day week. I don't know. I'm trying to keep myself going bi-weekly for a while. Just trying to churn one out every 2 weeks. I'm trying to like be investing more in the art. Like I want to spend lots of time on the art. We talked about like the PDF thing I guess the last time we did this, and that's kind of like what I look up to. And that's why Wes and I were talking. He's like, I don't know if you have to have like an every week kind of thing these days, but that's kind of the goal right now. And then I'm going to make my extremely small buffer. I've got one more I'm going to do, I think, and I'm going to throw it out there because I could definitely kill way more time than I should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like waiting for stuff to
I'm
be
like,
perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
I spent way too long on the one I did, in my opinion. But I guess it wasn't the longest amount of time. I was like, I probably, if I had more of a deadline, I would have called this sooner. But yeah, that's the tentative plan. I'm trying not to be a wimp if it's not perfect. So, because I know one way or another, like my best stuff isn't going to be right now. It's going to be like when I've done it for a while.
Yeah, and you'll find like a good like groove that fits you, I think.
It's funny. I think like each idea, I'm like, oh, if I have an idea, well, I've got to hold on to that idea and do it when I'm really good or something. But I'm like, no, this is not going to be your best stuff. Just put it out there.
Oh, I did that. Yeah, when I started
Just do it.
my storyline, I was like, okay, this is only for storylines, and I had all these Gag-A-Day ideas that I just saved, But they just kept
Right.
building up and building up. I was like, I'm gonna make a second strip, and I had this idea for one. It was just gonna be Gag-A-Day. Eventually, I just abandoned the story and kind of went with it.
Nice.
It was gonna be I don't know how proud I am of this title, but I was gonna make the Gag-A-Day like abandoned rain dogs and call it like Karate in the handicap stalls. But it was like
I like that.
I pitched that idea to my dad. He's like, "Don't do it,
Dude, I'm in already.
What's that?
I'm in already. I'm like, I'm in. I want to hear it. I want to see it.
Your dad was wrong.
Just do it.
There's probably dad was to that. But yeah, I was telling Wes though, I just really, really enjoyed making it though. the one that I made and showed you guys. So it's addictive. I see how I could just spend all of my free time doing nothing but that. It's very addictive.
It really does become addictive.
Yeah.
In like a good way.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So I've just got to be not a wimp and put stuff out there. I'm way too much of a perfectionist.
I wish someone would tell me that in the beginning, like, don't, like, perfect it too much, you know? Like, I spent so much time just kind of trying to make it, like, incredible. That you really just got to get some stuff
I'm probably not as
out.
clever as I think I am. Like, I'm probably not as clever as I think I am. I should just get some stuff out there. And that's how I'm going to learn.
That Doom is looking great. BT dubs.
You know, I think that, well, thank you. I think that working digitally has made me a little looser and less of a perfectionist, though. Just because it's so easy to, like, take something back.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I always try to be looser with this stuff. Maybe it's because I don't know. I've gotten to where I have pretty good control with the tablet, but it's still not quite as tight as if I do it by hand. At least in terms of, like, inking or something.
But then you gotta scan something in.
And
But I think it makes me looser, you know? I think it makes me looser, too. So it's kind of got this nice thing to it.
Nice.
one thing I hated about scanning in all the time was fixing the line art. I always felt like I had to fix the line art, or at least make it like good for you know, like clean it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I try to scan stuff in and it's always
started off like, you started off all like inking with like a Micron or something, right, Steven? Weren't you?
Yeah, I did Micron.
In the early days.
Yeah, and I did about probably like 40 strips with like an inkwell, you know, like a pen and ink and all that.
Oh wow.
And that was the biggest bitch to clean up in Photoshop. You know, and it was fun. I got some great practice, but I just went back to the Microns after that, and and eventually once I got this tablet from Wes, thank you. You know, I started doing what I'm doing now. Yeah, I'm in forever in your debt, by the way, Wesley.
Oh, you've already paid me back with some hilarious comments. I think your bidet one, done. That paid. That was an investment for myself.
And we talked about that here on Drawing with Dads.
Yeah, that would be a good tagline, like find the comics of the pitched ideas of future comics from dads. That was
Find
terrible
the comics
How do we get our
download.
amazing ideas? How do we get our amazing ideas? I've got a couple more. I just kind of scribble them down note on my iPhone so I don't forget it. And I just kind of do a rough sketch and then I just dive in and draw it.
That's smart. Good way to do it.
At least that's what I did on the first one. I tried to split it up, like get the pencils one night, inking the next night, colors the next, but painting's probably what I'm the weakest at, so.
Yeah, you're working way too efficiently, so it's a major drawback.
Like you were like, wait, no, you're supposed to scramble all last night, and
yeah,
that's what I'll end up doing when I get deep into this. I think I'm not going to be so calm. I have to get something out.
I remember that first time I was like, you know what, I should wait and just put something out later that's better. And I was like, this is a huge portraying of everything. And I was like, wait, this makes a lot more sense. And I did, and it was fine.
That's my worst feeling ever. Actually, when I'm like up late, really trying to like I just can't form an idea, and so I'm walking around like trying to make it happen, and in some way just like spark creativity, and it just doesn't come to me. And eventually, I just like doodle and fall asleep on my pad.
It happens more than I'd like to admit. I did that the other day. I was sitting with the sketch. I have a Surface Pro 2 and was trying to draw something, and then I woke up later being like, I don't know what was happening, but I did not get anything accomplished.
So, do you like the Surface?
I do. I'm working on it right now. Yeah, and it's been really nice because it's like easy to carry around with me.
Interesting.
So a lot of the times I'll do stuff on lunch
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I mean, I think I'd rather have a big like Cintiq at home.
Cintiq.
Yeah. I mean, if I had in a perfect world, I would probably have a 3, and then I would have like a nice Cintiq at home. And so I would draw on the 3 and send it over, plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
But I will not have that kind of money probably ever. So
Yeah.
I will take what I can get.
Like, unless I go steal a Cintiq from somewhere. Or a rich anonymous donor.
Yeah. I have a Patreon, so if you want to give me a Cintiq.
We should get Wacom to sponsor Drunk Dads.
There
should.
we go. Like, look, at least 5-6 people will hear about your products.
You need us.
What do you think now?
Maybe 5-6 people who already like and want your products, but reinforce your
Look, we
brand.
just need free stuff, please.
Yeah.
We have college funds to think of.
We're dads. Come on.
Dads. Thinking about the college and buying formula.
Yeah.
I'm just potty training my kid because I'm tired of paying for diapers.
Solutions.
Let's be honest.
I think that's why anybody's really potty trained.
Otherwise, why on earth would you take it on?
Yeah.
It really is intense. It's like kind of a nerve-wracking for a parent. Like, I wonder if this is what them going through puberty will be like, Like, I'm just, like, constantly like, oh my god, this is terrible.
It's just not thought about teenagers.
They're coming for us all.
And I look at my daughter and I'm like, oh, you're so pretty. And I'm like, oh gosh, you're pretty. Panic.
Crap, put on this mustache. That's one thing I'm kind of glad about. No, not any offense to dads of daughters, but I don't have to deal with like that guy, who's gonna date her.
Right.
And that's just like I don't have to deal with that. I guess that's kind of happy about that.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to like buy a gun just to polish so when it comes over where I can see it intimidating.
You're also gonna have to get a rocking chair and a porch to sit on. I hate feeling the back.
Since I have I have all the martial arts, weaponry. If that's intimidating.
So what martial art like judo, karate?
That works. So when I was a kid, I did Wado Ryu, which is kind of your predominant on the East Coast kind of thing. And then I did jiu-jitsu for a while. And now I do this style of Kempo that our founder is actually in Kentucky. It's called Kyojutei-ryu Kempo Bugai. So it's Kempo. And so Kempo has like everything in it. So it's like Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, striking, weapons, all that kind of stuff. So I've been doing that for like a decade, I guess. That one in particular. So
Nice.
yeah, so I have nunchaku and stuff laying around my house. That's good, right?
Yeah.
That'll scare them off.
You know, he's
compete?
got his little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Nunchaku from like the consignment store, and I'm like, dude, watch this, and then like showed him how to do some stuff. He's like, amazing. My dad happens to know all this junk. Cool.
I remember there was this kid on my buddy's, like this kid, one of my friends who lived on one of my friends' neighborhoods. He had a sai like Raphael,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he would like twirl it around. I was like, God, what a badass! You know, we just watch him like twirl it. Like, God, I want to be that guy.
Yeah, I have some of those too. Hey.
It seems like such a I mean, obviously I have no idea how to use it, but it seems like such a like impractical weapon. You know, like I'm gonna get some salad with this thing, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you know, there's certain principles to using something like that that you could apply to other, like, maybe kind of similar shaped things, but not really like a giant forked thing. You're not going to find that, I don't think. Might have been more practical in feudal Japan or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, there's guys with swords that want to hurt me. Cool. This makes sense. Oh, yeah. No, I'm glad that I chose Dr. Doom now that I've gotten all these bolts drawn on his face.
It is a good Doom. I like it. It's a nice, like, I like his sketchiness.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
Yeah, the sketchiness is my way of hiding my lack of painting skill. But hey, it works.
Oh. Well, it's working. I was gonna say.
I'm adding highlights because I hear that's a thing you do when you paint.
I like that Apocalypse too, Steven.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Oh shit.
Dude, I need to flip over and see what you guys are doing. I'm always behind.
Ah, your freeze is incredible. Like I would play that game, Wes.
We're gonna do a game jam one day, man. We have to.
You hear that, Warner Brothers Studios?
Oh.
I love it. It makes me think of the animated series one.
Yeah, I was trying to go for kind of the animated series. Look.
Well, that's totally the vibe I got. Oh, look at that Apocalypse. That is cool.
She wouldn't go with me.
I like that
Dog
background.
is visiting. Hello, dog. Say hello to the TV show. Hello. Is this all you want? You just want to sit on my lap? That seems reasonable. I have a dog. Her name is Tallulah.
What's going on?
She came in to visit for whatever reason. I think she's ready for bed, so she's trying to circle everybody up.
Drug-seeking dog.
Yes.
She's shepherding you too.
She does it. She does. She's
like,
8 pounds.
Little do you know, it's bedtime. I am keeping track of this for you.
Yeah. You may not be aware, but just in case.
Do you guys know of any? Are there any free brushes out there for Photoshop? Like, I mean, I don't mind paying. It's just gonna. I kind of want to try something out before I like commit. You know.
There are, but I cannot tell you any good ones right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
There, you know I always end up talking about Kyle Webster on every episode.
So I checked him out. I went to his site.
I think he has some that are like pay what you want and stuff. If you ever wanted to test some of those.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember, what was that one site that I used to get stuff from? It was like Brush Easy or something. I think sometimes
yeah.
some freebies. Yeah. Sometimes people will just like open one up for you to try out or do like the donate, pay what you want kind of deal.
Oh, now I have a dog thing. Hold on, be right back.
Doggies.
Yeah, so I'm there right now, Brush Easy.
I think that was one I used back in like when I was doing some design work. I was like stealing a bunch of grunge brushes, or not stealing. They were for free, but swiping a bunch of those, and I'm like I was stealing all this free stuff. And I was using them for like some backgrounds and stuff, like some of my design stuff. It's kind of nice just to be able to add a texture even to something, you know?
Yeah, so I just have the standard ones that came with the Photoshop that I bought, you know, and they're okay, but I just kind of want to like I want to do some. I've been using brown brushes for way too long, and I really want to branch out and get some more texture feel and with painting and just kind of I don't know. Like your Doom reminds me a lot of that. Like what I need to do to kind of get more texture into my artwork.
Yeah, these have all been the gouache brushes that I got. I really dig them. I've only been using like 2 of them too for like this whole thing.
Are those the Kyle Webster gouache ones?
Mm-hmm.
His site is like really easy to look through. You know, it like just got me really excited about looking through brushes. I watched his little video. It was great.
Yeah, he's got all these great little tutorials and stuff. He seems like the kind of guy that likes to share knowledge. I think he's an instructor somewhere too, like a drawing teacher somewhere. I'm like, are you a dad? I think you're a dad. Come draw with us to lend us credibility.
Right.
Can we borrow some of your credibility? Thank you.
I'm back. He would come on and just be like, "You guys are terrible."
I'm like, yeah, that Wesley is such a jerk. Hey, Wes.
Imagine meeting you here.
And like when I zoom out, that looks really cool.
Let's see. Does he need a drop shot?
I need to print some of this stuff one day just to see what it looks like.
I agree. Everybody needs to print stuff.
Good, because I do everything big enough that I could, you know?
Yeah.
I should like jump on InPix or something and do that. I'm sure my wife would go for that. I'm like, hey, can I take all these prints of comic book characters and put them up all over the house?
I can't see why she would say no to that.
No, I think why not? Still trying to find a place to hang my giant Kwai-Chan game poster, but hey, if I drew it, it has special significance.
Yeah. Alright, I think I'm done with this maybe? Maybe?
I'm probably about ready to call this guy for now.
I think I'm good.
Should put like a freeze.
God, you guys are great. I love it. Freeze. We have a guy. My boss is actually his name is Dr. Freeze. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, man. I've been looking for a like a figurine to kind of buy him, and I'd love to get like the old '60s Batman one. It's like Friez though. You know, it's not the.
That's disheartening.
It's always fun to turn off and on layers and see.
I like turning off my line art layer to see like where it's like what happens. It looks totally different. The worst is when like I go back to a drawing that I started like a year ago, you know, and it has like 20 layers, and I'm clicking through all of them, and none of them are labeled.
Yes, I do this all the time.
I was just
Absolutely.
thinking, I have like 12 over here, and I didn't label a single dang one. I just made new ones at random because I don't know what I'm doing still. There he is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, so what should we do? I need to flip over and look what you guys did. Ah, dude, that apocalypse is cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
Why? I mean, the movie thing, I was kind of digging some of it because it's like, I like that they did makeup stuff to him.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's Like you said, it almost just looks like the guy is just kind of like tatted up or has stuff glued on him.
Yeah. Like, you know, if he was in an action sequence, some of it would sway like it was foam rubber.
Yeah, like it's not quite otherworldly enough, but it's like getting there.
That's like in Super Shredder in the second Turtles movie.
Oh gosh.
He's like, I was like, God, what a badass! But then you see his like spikes kind of swaying as he moves. And you're like, that's not metal.
Look at that up now. There he is. Oh gosh. He looks pretty stupid.
It's just like, you know, they could have done so much better because it's such a cool storyline in the X-Men universe.
Oh man, I love that he was like Egyptian and all. Ah, it's so cool.
Yeah. He was like a slave in the Egyptian, like building the pyramids and all that, and he just becomes a god.
Yeah, Wes, that looks good. I like the letters.
Yeah, I think it came out better.
So what should we do? Should we do one more like quick one, or should
Yeah,
we
I think we should either do a quick one or call it. We could go either way. Might be time for bed.
We're approaching midnight.
We are approaching a minute.
Or for Steven, like in lame
It's like 12,
Eastern
12:30.
time. He's like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna have time to drink all that scotch before I fall asleep, you guys.
I moved on to Scotch. I did. It doesn't go well with the chocolate milk. I'm not gonna lie. Cause like I went in there, my wife's like she's on call. She's like a mental health counselor, you know, and so they're on call every once in a while for people who are having like crisis in the middle of the night. And so she gets a phone call, and then my son wakes up.
Oh man, bummer.
So I had to go in there and like kind of hit him back to sleep, you know. That sounded terrible. Like rock him back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to podcast.
Go to sleep.
Live streaming. Ah,
You're ruining my dreams.
Give me some more Scotch.
this is why your brother's not here.
6 people are watching me draw. Pour me another Scotch and go back to bed.
They won't be there.
Let's see, what have we not? I haven't done a self-indulgent self-portrait yet.
Is
Is
that,
that a suggestion?
Generally, we open with self-indulgent self-portrait.
we do.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I think I'm done with this one. I'm just messing up the letters now.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Yes.
A meteor.
If it was factual, that would have been fantastic.
What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. I just wanted to relay this fact to you, Batman.
We're teaching the children here, guys.
God.
Maybe you could use it.
I remember that film had bat skates. Like they're on ice. They're like, oh wait, hold on, click
I
play.
was gonna bring that
Bat
up.
skates.
What is going on with that? It's like I didn't know Mr. Freeze was gonna be there. And yet they just are like, well, good thing we always have these skates.
You just gotta be prepared. You're Batman. I like that it had the Visa card and the skates are what your most had set up. Because the
You know,
Batman Visa card
Oh,
got me.
That's when I stopped watching.
You know, with like Adam West, you know, Bat Shark Repellent, it was supposed to be a joke, you know?
Yeah. Well, this was supposed to be a joke, but then you were also supposed to take, like, that Batman like, way more serious. You know, like that Batman was serious.
It was kind of in response to the Frank Miller stuff, wasn't it? Like when those were starting to get big, I think they were like, hey, let's get Tim Burton. You know, I guess that was at least that's what I thought. I don't know if there's any validity to that.
And like the Killing Joke, you know, like that one too.
Yeah.
Another dark Joker thing.
Yeah.
Cool. So what do you guys want to what's the decision here. Self-indulgence.
Let's do self-indulgence.
Right now I'm doing a
Okay.
self-indulgent self-portrait. Lots of selves. Really, it's just something I can draw from memory. That's really all it is. And I'm handsome. I'm so handsome. That's the other thing.
Honestly, my
Bald is beautiful.
comic character, like the bald like dude I draw or whatever, is really just kind of my go-to for when I have no idea what to draw. It's almost actually almost the first thing I draw in every session.
Yeah. In the thing I sent to you guys, that dude has always been my generic guy. I'm trying to create my little everyman. He's sort of this Rocky and Bullwinkle looking kind of dude or something. It's probably another influence. I watched a lot of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, you know what show I really have been trying to find lately? I just haven't been active enough trying to get like buy it or anything. That's really what I want to do, is just buy it. But C-Lab 2021, they used to be on Adult Swim.
Okay.
That show was great.
Yeah, that show was one of those great ones because it came out of like that old unused Hanna-Barbera footage. Or like, it was C-Lab 2020, I think, is what it used to be called in the 70s, and then they just took all the extra footage and then just like or all the old cartoons and just added all this crazy crap to it. Like Eric Estrada was in it.
Oh yeah. I remember when Space Ghost was on like TNT. I used to watch Space Ghost on TNT. And they moved to Cartoon Network, and like Adult Swim started. And I loved all that early stuff. C-Lab is the best. It was great.
I like the Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Harvey Bird.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I have the first season on DVD. Yeah. All right,
That's
so
what we rolled back in those days. We owned physical discs, people. The cool thing about turning 30 is you have like more wrinkles to draw on your face.
yeah, with that, I like
So your
that
portrait
part.
is actually much more interesting and cool. It's just like a figure drawing class. It's like you didn't really want like a hot babe. You wanted like an old wrinkly person to draw. It's far more interesting to draw.
Yeah. Yeah, I still suck at like I'm trying. So actually, I'll do one of those exercises every day, like a 20 or 30-minute figure drawing from YouTube. You know, just to kind of get better at like form and gestures.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even remotely good at faces. I still keep it comical, like really comical.
These sound like hilarious fun to look at. It's like this super detailed drawing of a form and then like a cartoon head on top.
I do like the way that sounds.
That would be a comic right there. I'll get a pixel in this PC.
Pixel hands are the worst.
No, their speed isn't totally on yet.
You know what's been happening a lot lately here? A lot of people that I know lately have been getting like completely removed from YouTube. Not okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like they've been. Everybody I know is kind of dropping it. It's weird.
What do you mean, like just like no longer being on YouTube?
I'm sorry. God, what am I talking about? I should have stayed with chocolate milk. Facebook, like they're all so everybody I know is like just cutting it cold turkey. Like Facebook just out. I don't know if it's like a thing. Everybody's just doing it now, or what. But I mean, a lot of the people I know have just kind of cut out completely. Like the people I stayed on it for. Like I mean, all the people I stayed on it for some friends I've had forever. and a comic. You know, all the comic people I know.
Yeah, people are kind of like abandoning it. I think people are getting over it.
Gosh, it's just a bunch of grandmas.
I noticed that like what will happen is that I'll see like a coworker's post, and then they'll come into work and tell me the same story, and I feel bad because I'm like, I already seen this. Like,
Stop right there.
stop, done, I'm out.
Okay, so what's going on with your life? Oh, we're pregnant. Oh yeah, I saw that amazing little photo you guys put on Facebook.
It just like takes the joy out of like day-to-day interactions. Oh, your vacation? Wait, I already know.
I've been eerily spying on you for the past couple of weeks. I already know what's up.
My mom, she'll actively ask people about their YouTube posts when she sees them in real life. You know, I mean their Facebook posts.
Oh yeah,
And I guess that's like not cool.
that's
You know,
like the
people feel kind of violated about it, and I always thought that was the weirdest thing.
They're like, that's my fake life. I don't really need you asking me about it.
How dare you bring my public digital profile into real life?
I only put it out there for people to see, not for them to ask about.
Just like it and leave it.
Just like it and go. That's all I'm asking for you, man.
This is thumbs up we've given and is never spoken of again. It's just over.
I think that's a good comic idea. Just someone who's like, it's all your Facebook post. Oh god, you don't talk about it here.
I haven't used Facebook in like years. I still have my account out there. And I was like, you know what? I bet I could find some funny material to make fun of in my comic on Facebook. And I like logged in for the first time in like 2 years, and I felt like such a grandpa. I had no idea what was going on. No idea. I'm like, what the heck am I looking at?
It's kind of good though.
Maybe it is. I'm like, I build this stuff for a living, and I have no idea what is going on.
I just like to post GIFs now. It's like my new thing.
See, now that
I'm just
sounds
gonna
like
post
good
a
state
GIF from
way to
regular
go.
show and then leave. What are you gonna do about it, Facebook?
Actually, you know what's been really happening lately is on my comic Facebook page, I've been getting like a lot of, you know, how you can post stuff on other people's.
Oh yeah.
So I've been getting a lot of like porn sites who are actively posting their stuff. It's spam, obviously, but I have to go in there and like clean it up. You know,
Gosh, really? Huh.
it's not the worst thing in the world. Like I see it happen on other guys, like Nick Selleck, Awkward Yetis. Like if you really look into some of his comments, people will sneak in like some like really scandalous stuff. You know.
That's crazy.
Facebook, dropping the ball.
I'm not that high on the list of people, I guess. No one comes and spams me with porn bots.
Why isn't anyone spamming me with porn? Am I not good enough?
Yeah, am I not good enough, guys? What do I gotta do? What do I have to do to get? Hi, I'm emailing you because of the porn spam you guys have been putting out.
You're like, look,
Oh, yeah,
this
I'm
comic
really sorry.
actually had the word porn in it, and still
Yeah.
nothing. Really, you guys?
Yeah.
That'd be like
I'm
the saddest
really
thing
sorry,
ever.
man.
Like, please spam me more.
Please spam me.
Paying people to come and make you look like
Very
you're, and then
embarrassed.
you go back to real life and you're like, oh god, again.
Oh no, how terrible.
Yeah.
I finally made it. But there's something to be said for that. People do measure like their success based on they get the trolls and stuff.
I can see
I don't
that.
get I don't
So
I don't
don't
get a lot
don't
of
get mad
trolls.
about trolls. Be like, I've made it. I am succeeding.
yeah.
Okay, no,
I think
good.
people
I'm
do
learning
that.
all the lessons from you guys.
The trolls I've gotten, you know, are most. So I did a guest strip for Nick, actually, Awkward Yeti, one time, and a lot of his, like, some of his fans really hated it. You
Oh
know, they
yeah.
were like, "How dare you draw like his characters that I love?" You know, terribly. And they would come over to my page and then throw more hate onto my other strips. It was weird.
What? What? Why would they do that?
I don't know. They were just like, I mean, he's great fans. Like, he really does have some incredible fans. A lot of people were really cool and supportive. But just there was a couple of like bad seeds who would just come over and
That blows my mind.
like blast my stuff. And I was just kind of like, you don't have to come over here. It kind of throws all the fire out of it. If you're actively like searching me out to kind of just piss me off.
What's it like to have that much time, I wonder?
Yeah.
What does that like?
Maybe the time you have.
You guys need to share your life hacks with us or something.
That happened today. I put like something up about. I put like how much the ad revenue money I've made on Taptastic, which is all of like $6.
Yeah.
And just was being funny or whatever, being like, who said webcomics doesn't make you money?
That's all that.
And some guy posted like, oh, and then I posted a follow-up that was like, I hope that doesn't sound like I'm complaining or anything. I'm just saying, like, maybe occasionally turn off your ad block. And that was it. And some guy like found it and was like, I guess he just looks around for ad block, and he was like, I don't care how this sounds, but absolutely not. It's just like, okay. Do you, dude? Like, I don't know why. You're not following me. You're obviously not that interested in me. You're just running around just to tell me that, like, ad block is okay. Do you work for the company? Like,
that's it. It's the guy that works for the company.
it's like, I mean, I'm good. Like, I didn't say you like had to turn it off. I just said maybe think about it, but whatever. It was just really weird. Like, what?
Come on, who else would be
Yeah, like, we're doing
I had one guy who he was just like really funny comic. This was probably like 4 or 5 months ago, but he was like really funny comic, and I was like, thanks, man. And I would always tell like little tiny dumb quip jokes with it, and I think my joke was something along the lines of like, basically it was a dumb joke. I was sitting in my son's room just looking at the ceiling, and I was like, oh, it'd be funny if you put cats on ceiling fan blades, turn it on, and it was dumb, and I was just like, maybe he'll think this is funny because it's so absurd and stupid. But he got like incredibly offended. He was apparently like a cat aficionado or something. He's like, not cool, man. You're being a bastard. And then so I perked up, sat up, and was like, what? And then I checked him out, and then he had blocked me, and then he started like sending my name to PETA. You need to go check out his account because this guy is like tying cats to fan blades.
Whoa.
It's like you picked the wrong cat lover to mess with today, my friend.
That got intense.
Yeah, I was like, okay, and so I was like, I just thought it was hilarious because I got blocked for making a cat joke on the internet. That's like the one thing.
It's like the one thing you'd think is safe on the internet.
Yeah.
It's like that would only happen on the internet. That you would bump into something that random.
Yeah, he was a total like douche about it. I mean,
Like, this is our life now. There's no way you could have possibly been serious about that. You had someone who's able to get mad about it on the internet.
Yeah, I went back and checked out his old post just to kind of just like, what is up with this guy? Is he like from Greenville? Should I be concerned, that he's gonna come and kill me in some cat costume? Like proud cats that he's like, look at the beauty, look at the dashing Maine Coon that I have here, or this tabby.
He's like, I wear this suit, I wear this costume for my cat brothers.
With Fallen.
We'll destroy the non-believers. Show them. It's crazy.
It's good to be passionate about something, I suppose.
Yeah.
But maybe we need to all lighten up a little bit too.
These are good words of advice.
Dad wisdom of the day.
That wasn't. It's good to be passionate, but maybe we could lighten up about some stuff.
Dial it back a notch.
Just tone that down just a smidge.
I was reading this thing the other day. You know the Line Webtoon guys make like. Well, I was just like, so Lunar Baboon just like snagged the Line Webtoon spot, you know?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Good for him. I was just like,
Yeah,
ah,
absolutely.
I'm both jealous and like, awesome for you.
That's yeah, seriously. I was like, wow, dude, that is incredible. I really want to be one. Like they're like salary type, you know. I mean, they'll pay you like I think like 2 grand a month to kind of just make 8 strips,
Uh,
which would be a killer bump.
What is this?
it's
It's this
I
company.
don't know
I
what
think
this
they used to
is.
be called like Naver, or they're called Line Webtoon, but it's kind of a form of like I think it's like Naver from Korea. It was this
Huh.
it's basically just kind of like a bunch of different. It's kind of like Tapastic, except there's no real community. I mean, you know, it's not like it is on Tapastic where you can like interact and leave comments and
Hmm.
stuff. They have a really cool design, and they pay their artists really well. So if you can become like a Line Webtoon artist, then um, you can kind of like you know go pro. Some guys have like landed a spot and actually just you know quit their day jobs.
Cool.
yeah, good for people who can do that.
I learned
And
so much from you
why
guys.
can't it be me?
I think dude, go for it, man. I think you can, like, especially now that you're gonna have like time to seriously just focus on the comic and just kill it, you know?
I don't even know how to go for those spots. I feel like a lot of those guys just are able to get it because they just are so good. Like their comics already, they're just everywhere. So I just gotta up my comic game.
I know where you're coming from because I see like some of these guys who are like I almost feel like they're invited, you know?
Yeah,
Like so I put my stuff in the challenge league and I try it out to see if anybody will care. And then I see other people who I know have never posted on it before, you know, just immediately land a spot. I'm like, okay, I guess
yeah, that's
it
what
is
I'm
now.
thinking. Like you just have to be big enough there. Did they come to you? Do I need to come to them? Damn, badness.
So how's the chat? Do we have any people still around?
Yeah, we got two watchers. We got Tom, and I'm not sure who the other person is, but I'm gonna guess it's still Paxton.
Sweet. Tom Deal. Hey Tom. I assume it's
Yeah,
Tom Deal.
that is Tom Dale.
Nice.
He keeps it real. The real Tom Dale.
Another dad happy to finally have time to sit and draw.
Yes. I'm dumb. We should have just invited him onto the show.
Yeah, for real.
He's not here for the whole thing. So, Tom, next time, if you're free, we can have you on. You just like
Tom,
talking stuff.
I'm on his Twitter profile. Tom, looks like you're a wrestling fan. That's pretty sweet.
Tom is a huge wrestling fan. Tom was Nick's old roommate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And let's see. I've hung out with Tom before. Does that count?
I've been in a room with him before. No.
Same state.
Same state.
Same state.
Tom works near where I work currently, so we go to lunch every now and then. He's a good kid.
Oh my. Well, I have one self-indulgent portrait down here. Let's take a look here. What you guys are up to.
Yeah.
I like your fancy shading on your hair, Mr. Hall.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Needs some dithering.
Yeah, you like that?
A little dither.
Nice swoop. Are you swooping out? So is it just like a size 1 brush, kind of? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I just use I'll use a size 1 brush. I mean, you can use bigger because I'm just in Photoshop, like on a really tiny canvas. I think this is like 128 by 128. If you ever want to resize it, you can just go up to image, canvas resize, or image size, whatever. But if you change it to nearest neighbor, that blows it up without any problems. So,
Oh, nice.
little pixel art tip there if you're making pixel art. That's how you can start at that size and then end up with like a much bigger print if you ever need it for anything.
You do instructional videos for patrons.
You should.
That's somebody's baby.
Yeah. It's mine, just woke
Get that
up.
baby off the plug.
What is this? Is it some sort of dad thing?
The monitor's in the room with me. She just woke up. My wife is going to give her a bottle.
Nick, 3's okay, right? 3 babies. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I think it was a little more intense than the increase from 1 to 2, I'll say.
Okay, sweet.
This is a little more intense, I think. But, you know, just like the first time when you were home with both of them by yourself and you're kind of freaking out, and now it's just like normal, it becomes like that.
Okay.
You know, it just becomes the new normal. But it's a little intense sometimes. It can get a little loud. A
Yeah.
little noisy.
Like, I don't want to, like, abandon my comic, you know? I mean, I want to be a good dad, and that's most important.
Mhm.
But, like, I don't want to, like, fry my brain trying to, like, keep,
Do everything.
Schedule.
Yeah.
like, an update schedule.
Man, now I'm just sitting here watching you guys go.
Do you have a plan for that, Steven? Like, when your kids are all here, and you have 3 of them?
What I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might just do it how it is now. Like, I'm definitely going to reach out to see if anybody wants to do guest trips for, like, a few weeks while I deal with the brand new baby. But I work from home now 4 days a week and drive to work 1 day a week, so it's actually been working out pretty well. So whenever I'm kind of on a like a lunch break, or I just am sick of like looking at code, I'll just kind of like pull out a pad and try and get stuff done in between. Plus, I never sleep.
Okay. I noticed that you're like always online and awake. I'm always amazed. Just like, when is he asleep?
Dude, it's like I'm always just trying to write something to put it out there faster, like build a joke better. Like, I'm not trying to say my you know, I'm always there, like always burning the midnight oil. Sometimes I'm just like freaking out because I want to put something out, but I don't want it to suck.
You know that feeling? Like,
So I don't know, really. I'm hoping it'll like go okay. I had the same fear when we had the second kid. I really thought it was gonna be like, okay, there goes the comic. No, like, yay, here comes the kid, but I guess I'm gonna have to like make sacrifices, kind of thing.
yeah.
And it's actually working out okay to where I can still manage it. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought.
Awesome.
Actually, it kind of inspired me to work faster, you know. So that's the whole reasoning behind the single panel strips that I did for so long.
Oh, nice. That's a smart move. Alright. I think I am about done here.
I like that pixely guy.
Get a little bit under the nose here to give him a shadow.
It's looking good.
Just make him say something.
Draw stuff.
Draw your heart. I'm gonna take out the speech bubble.
All right, sweet.
Yeah. Another week with some good stuff. I'm pretty pleased with that Doom.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, Doom came out
Nice.
fantastic.
What's the pixel art's great, man. I love it.
It's good. Like you
was
said,
a
it's
good-
good practice.
Yeah, it was super good to like work with it.
I love the hand.
It came out better than I anticipated it would
That
come.
is epic.
The teeth might need some work. I'm gonna come back in here. And,
But you gotta finish the xenomorph.
Here we go. Now we're talking. All right. What time is it? 12:03. I think this is a good time to wrap up.
Cool.
Any last words of wisdom to impart here to the two viewers? Tom, go to bed.
One viewer.
Paxton, you can stay up. That's fine, man. Well, I think this has been episode 2 of Drawing with Dads. I'm Wesley Hall. You can find me at namelesspcs.com or on Twitter at namelesspc.
Yeah, and I'm Nick Pruitt at Nerd Pruitt on Twitter, and this is all that I do. Is draw these guys. Although they're making me make a webcomic, which I've drawn one.
And it's great. Keep going.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Now I
it's
just
good.
have to finish more than one.
Yeah. I'm Stephen McGee. I run Rain Dog Comic. You can find me at raindogcomic.com and on Twitter at raindogcomic.
There you go. This has been Drawing with Dads.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Yeah, 2 weeks
And-
from today. we
Yeah,
shall
we'll read
return.
one. Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
back. Was that the
Have a good
29th?
morning.
Yes. Evening, day, sleep, whatever. All right. We're out. Bye.